go. So I'm probably gonna get like 5 seconds into this before I.
Sure.
Thanks.
Get the cinnamon out of your throat.
Yeah, I'm dying. I shouldn't have. Don't judge me. I'm Kingmaker. Yes, there we go. I'm just gonna hopefully push through this, and we're gonna make it happen. And I'm not gonna cough for the next 3 hours, but it's back for more of that dank Kingmaker. Kato's been cursed. Kato, make a will save. No, I'm kidding. Just randomly, Kato will save. Kato, you're expanding too far to the south. Haha. Ha.
So, do I have to make a will save, or every time I go to bed I have dreams of, what's her name?
Only if you want her to show up and kill you. And thank you for your support on Patreon. Here's the D5 for, unless someone wants to... You know, it dawns on me that Ionia didn't have anything written last time.
Oh, snap. We skipped Ionia.
No, we didn't skip her.
No,
she
we
went
didn't.
last.
She didn't have a... And she didn't have a reflection.
Oh, okay.
That was super
In my
disappointing.
defense, it's like a lot of holidays going on. I'm getting ready to move across the country. I've got a lot going on.
Yes, fair. That's...
Sounds like a whole lot of excuses going on.
What are you talking about, Dell?
Whatever. D5, ready, set, go. What? Don't tell me it's an unrecognized command. What do you mean I forgot the R? There we go. Kato, the cursed
I'm going
one.
first.
The cursed one is the firsted one. That basically
Cool.
works.
It is I, Cato Sicarius, the great human Taldan noble who wishes to bring peace, justice, and prosperity to these broken lands and these broken people by rooting out evil and corruption, destroying savagery, and hopefully lifting this curse by keeping my promise. Because that'll also lift the curse. Correct?
Yes.
Keep the promise, curse gone. Yes?
Maybe not lift it so much as like it will expire. But
Right.
same idea.
Fair enough. All right, very cool. So yeah, we just met a really cool pack of... Well, we didn't really meet the pack of Uruxi. We met an Uruxi who seems to be the leader of the pack. They wouldn't let us in because sacred land or something. I don't know. I'm going to find out what's in there someday. You count on it. With that said, what was her name? Did we get a name on her?
Never got it.
We never asked.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody hell.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we never asked her name.
Huh.
All right. But it was a great conversation, and apparently, if you know, we're going to keep lines of communication open between our, you know, their fort and ours. So that's good. It's good to have allies and people who can keep an eye on the western sort of frontier for us. Because although we can't settle there, that's not to say that we can't have a satellite, like ally who.
The word is vassal.
Vassal. Well, no, we're not turning them to a vassal yet, but maybe in a year. We'll give it some time. Since we're kind of forbidden from settling this way anyway, I wasn't even going to broach the topic until much later. With that said, it was a good conversation. We found, you know, Stag Jesus. Well, we know where Stag Jesus is and his condition, which is very sad. Makes Cato sad. He can only imagine, had he lost his, you know, his sword arm, you know, the state he would be in. He'd probably jump into Candlemere Lake and never come up if that happened.
Yeah, you only have one arm.
Yeah. He can't swim. He can't swim as it is with two.
That took me a moment.
Yeah, me too. Wait a minute. Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, back on track. Where his head is at now? Oh, I guess I can go over the class. So, Cato is a multi-class monster. So he is a level 3 swashbuckler of the Rosalind Bravo archetype, a level 1 monk of the Master of Many Styles archetype, a level 1 fighter with the Weapon Master archetype. And now that we've you know, we've crossed Candlemere, that's not going to happen off our list, at least now. We found the Uruxis. They seem cool. We only have one thing left on his to-do list before we head back, and that is to go troll hunting. Get your rifles and your mammoth slugs, and let's go get them.
Okay, fair enough. This session's taking... You thought we were having tax time. Now we fight trolls.
We're gonna fight some Well, I mean, if we can find them, obviously we can't linger here forever. We do have to eventually head back if we're going to make it in time for our Kingdom Day. It's not just tax day. We need to make back for our Kingdom Day. So we'll see if we can find them. If not, then they will have staved off our vengeance for another day.
Indeed. All right, good enough. Next up is we'll do Ionia next.
All right. I'm playing Essel. Ionia is pretty excited right now for Senya, having discovered that there's another remaining member of her tribe. Though she is feeling the disappointment of having not got to meet him, kind of suspecting that that's probably going to weigh heavy on Senya for a while. But, you know, with time, he'll recover and they'll be reunited, and that's pretty exciting. She's also really impressed with how Kato handled the Iruxi up until the end. That part was a little disappointing, but outside of that, acting very mature and civil, which is a little abnormal for him previously. So seeing some growth there. Outside of that, man, we set out here, we had some goals, and it just seems like everything is a little too big, a little too scary, not quite the right time, and I'm kind of getting the suspicion that we're going to be going troll hunting after this, and frankly, after fighting the last one, that was pretty big on its own. We were able to take it, but she's feeling a little nervous about taking on kind of a community of trolls, but I guess we'll see how that plays out.
Good enough. And next up, it's Kate Scarius. And then you again. And
It is I.
and Taxman. It's almost a Taxman special day.
I must be getting anxious.
Yeah, so I'm playing Arcturus, and I'm still an Inquisitor, still doing tactical things, still worshipping Abbot. And, yeah, I'll be honest, my mind's like, I'm thinking about Tax Day and Tax Fest and taxes, all this Stag Clan nonsense. I'm not feeling it, you know. I guess I'm kind of happy seeing some semblance of organized, I don't even know if I'd call it civilization. Some people out here, you know, and they're doing things. We didn't have to fight them. They didn't try to fight us. That's always nice. I hope they're prepared to be subjugated at some point, but they'll be all the more better off for it, so when the time comes, it'll be nice. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the trolls are okay, but taxes are better, so...
You're worried we're not going to make it back in time, aren't you?
I mean, that's
You
where
keep
my
looking at
mind's
your-
at, yeah, like
Tick
just,
tock, tick tock.
a lot of talk about some guy who lost his arm, and I'm just like...
But
Man.
taxes are due. They haven't filled out their W-2s. Ah!
So...
If you guys had a nice 401k plan here, you wouldn't have to worry.
So that's where I'm at.
Good enough. And the only person who used a hero point gets a hero point.
Yeah. See,
For-
I've learned
Yeah.
I've learned not to save them because 9 out of 10 times they roll over or they get lost anyway.
I know, I always wait for me to be bleeding out, but it just never happens.
Well, yeah, you're in the back just
When you're
hasting
bleeding out
people.
and you don't have a hero
Yeah.
point, you're gonna be sad about it.
Yeah, just to bring back
Yeah.
the son of the taxman, here to avenge the W-2s. But Senny is next. I'm here to audit my father's death. There it is. That's not a bad one. Achilles agrees.
Pressing the wrong button. Talking to myself here. I am Senya the Black Stag, apparently not the last of my tribe. Yeah. Yeah, surprise, surprise. This is like big news to me. Like, holy crap. Uh, like my people live. Um,
Well, let's not get crazy.
but I'm also very like kind of feeling dejected and disappointed in the fact that like my fellow tribesman doesn't wanna see me. Like so I kind of have like that feeling of dejection and just like oh man, like not feeling not worthy, I guess. And yeah, I'm a Kelid barbarian from the Glen of the Uplands, and I am of the Geminid Invoker archetype. And that's where I'm at.
Good enough? Alright, Cal.
Wow. All right.
Break out the
And
Kumas.
I play Kalyra Ashling, and I'm a half-elf barbarian of the stereotypical, superstitious,
Stereotypical
very not that, but anyway. Well, Kalyra's feeling a bit like this entire jaunt into the wilderness was a huge waste of her time. Until she came across the Aruxi, and she was a little disappointed to hear about the wildest clan member who was so weak to lose his fighting spirit like that. It's as a true warrior. Yeah, even without your arm, you fight with the other. You fight with your teeth. You fight with whatever you have. You don't give up ever.
Multiple thinking emojis.
But the Aruxi, however, they seem like a group of fine fighters, and she's thinking they could be a nice addition to our army.
All right, time to go recruit them, conscript them all.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Tiger Lords.
Yeah.
And good enough, and the hero point is you already had one. I'm a little distracted. There's a dog in Discord, and in fact, it is adorable. Hello, doggo, staring at me. Okay, I have to GM. I'm sorry. Duresh's doggo. Okay. We pick back up from as you guys basically are leaving the Aruxi encampment, I suppose I'll call it. Yeah. You have enough time to make it back in time for tax day. If you want to go explore the tower at the center of the lake, you could. If you wanted to poke across the river, that would take a little more time.
I think we should just head back. I think we've kind of, I mean, you guys have agreed we're not gonna take a poke at the tower, right? I feel like I would just be going there by myself. I'm down. Well, I'm glad. Okay, so I know Kalyra's always down.
I mean, if everyone wants to go, I'm excited enough about it that I'll go. I just don't think it'll end well.
You know what? We've been trudging around. People are getting rest. Let's just, how about this? We get home, we do some kingdom stuff, we enjoy Tax Fest. I don't know how you enjoy Tax Fest, but I guess
don't know how you don't enjoy Tax Fest.
I guess I'll learn.
Well, when you guys are the ones collecting taxes, it's basically
That's
just
true.
giant payday.
I've seen a lot of people have fun kicking tax collectors in the streets. That seemed fun.
Okay. I think we've done good here. For now. Though I would like to, when we do get back and we start assigning, like, roles, like jobs for our mercs and stuff, I have a few, I would like them to do some scouting in this way to see if they can find where the trolls might be holed up.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good use for them. That way
Who would probably, you know who would probably be really good for that is Parlavash.
Yeah, let's send him to go. Yeah, agreed.
How
And maybe,
convenient.
just maybe, one of the trolls will catch him.
It's a win-win. That whole time that conversation was happening, I couldn't not help but picture Kalyra's friends that Kalyra brought back having, like, tarred and feathered Artorias, and this is tax day now in Rooston. Down with civilization! Okay, fair enough. So y'all make it back without any ado, unless you want to, like, stop at Amalia's for tea or something.
Hey, we're back.
Hi,
Here
by
to-
the way. And the Kingdom turn commences. So, as far as Taxfest itself goes, as I flip through my copy of Ultimate Campaign that I'm borrowing to make sure I can run this well, turns out I really like having books. If you guys were to set that Taxfest is a holiday that folks in Rooston are celebrating that would increase your loyalty by 1 and your consumption by 1.
Right.
See, taxes increase our loyalty.
The idea being everybody would have the 15th of April off, essentially. Is why, like, now there's not any work being done, so you don't, like, it costs
We
a
lose a
little
day.
more money.
Yeah, we get a 1 point on our added to our consumption for every month, every time we reach this month. Which, I mean, it's fine because, I mean, if we're gonna
Day worth celebrating. Let's
if we're
do it.
if we're gonna declare holidays for our kingdom, I think this is one we have to put on that list because there's really there's no getting around it.
Yeah.
As much as I think it's a dumb holiday.
You're
On-
thinking about it wrong. It's not about the taxes. I mean, it is, but it's about what they represent.
It's
Oh,
about the unity.
the
It's
unity.
about the collective whole.
It's about going to someone who can barely rub 2 coppers together, taking one of them.
Well, when
I
that
mean, if
someone
that's what makes
benefits
it
from
fun.
our roads and from our walls and from our houses and from mercenaries, then yeah.
And certainly they could have just taken that 1 copper and put it in a bank in, where is Sweden in Pathfinder? In the lands of the Norm Kings, and it would have been a great investment. But yes, in doing that, we will certainly roleplay it out, but in a mechanical sense, actually, we've gone from no holidays per year to 1 holiday
To
per
one.
year. So we
Yay.
jumped from a loyalty of -1 to a loyalty of +1, so a net gain of 2.
Nice.
But it costs you 1 BP every month.
Mm-hmm.
And on
It's
that note,
expensive.
I guess the first thing what we can do is there has been a development since
Ooh.
since you've been gone. The math will hit at different times, but as you come back, Bakken is waiting at whatever counts for, like, outside the. Well, you have a castle outside the throne. Just, we need to talk.
He's holding a severed head.
No, he's holding gold.
Oh,
Oh,
Bucking always has good news for us.
Good news and
No.
bad news, depending on how you want to see it. The good news, our small, scaly, soot-scaly friends have seen fit to include in their generous donation of all the silver in their mind. And he holds out a chunk of gold ore. Gold. You, of course, understand what this means, yes?
Yes.
I can certainly guess. Does it mean they've moved to the gold mine?
It would appear that they have built tunnels from their great and glorious caverns under the old sycamore all the way to where that gold mine is that our road happens to also conveniently run right past. They seem to have no problems donating money to you, but it would appear to be theirs.
All right, so here's a predicament. They are literally settling the north. We cannot go south because we have a promise not to settle south. The reason I said, oh, we're not going to need to worry about going south anyway for like a year is because we're going to start getting up to that gold mine, making our way up to the gold mine. But it looks like they beat us to it while we were out gallivanting in the jungles.
beat us to it. What are you talking about?
They've settled the mine.
They've been here longer than us to begin with. It
They've
doesn't
been in the
matter.
silver mine.
It doesn't matter.
I guess not.
If you want the gold mine, we take it.
I mean,
They're paying us tribute in the form of the gold from the mine.
And
Is that all that matters?
and in a mechanical sense, they have built their own foundry, so they are taking the unrest penalty. You are not.
Interesting.
If that's all that matters is just the gold,
I
then
mean-
fine. But it sounds to me like
Oh yes,
There
let's
was
go
one-
wage war against their
I'm not
army
saying
of
we wage war.
gold.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we wage war. We just take the gold mine.
I mean,
The army.
Oh, is that all?
The army of.
How do wars start?
The army of gold. The army of golems is stuck underground.
They literally have a cave network underground connecting their army of golems to that gold.
And it'll take them a lot of work to get that.
I
done.
say we just embrace it. We should have
For
a
now.
formalized discussion with the Sith skills and talk about surface rights versus subterranean rights. On some of these.
Are you're okay with your kingdom not reaching the border north? Because
No, I'm saying, like, for instance, where the gold mine is, they could have subterranean rights to the gold mine, but we would have surface rights to develop the plains. Similar to the same with where the old sycamore is and everything else.
The problem is I'm generally with you. The problem is that all of the gold and all of the silver is subterranean.
Sure, but let's not make that a problem until it's a problem. At this point, they are working with us, giving us our more than our fair share, considering they're doing all the work, of silver and gold. Why don't we just embrace it for now?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We don't kick the beehive, but we be prepared for the inevitability that. Well, I think you put it really well the other day, Arcturus, is that, Suitscale loves us and we love him, and he owes us quite a debt and
Multiple life
we've
debts.
multiple life debts, and we've created a great relationship there. So I don't see him ever doing anything to
And then
slight
when
us.
Suitscale is no longer the leader.
Exactly. When they have someday, if they end up with a new chieftain that doesn't owe us anything, he might be like, "Why the f are we like
I'll just
Giving
say-
all
this
our-
silver
mining all this
and
silver and
gold,
gold and giving it to
all,
them?"
all I'm saying is all this capitulation is going to end up biting us in the end.
Not-
Capitulating.
And when it happens, remember I told you so.
Friendship is not capitulation. I know
Yeah.
that's hard for
And
you to understand.
That's the name of the session. Friendship is not capitulation.
Though I do think we have to be, this is good. We have a good relationship. We have a good deal. Like, they're definitely, we're benefiting more than our fair share here, which is great. Don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth or whatever, however that goes. But at the same time, we do have to understand that, we need to be prepared that this golden goose may not continue laying eggs forever. And what do we do when that time eventually and inevitably comes? So
Right, and furthermore, we would not stand a chance against them right now. So I think
Unless
we
we
need
had the
to
element
bolster.
unless we had the element of surprise.
Even with the element of surprise, there's 20 of us, including our entire civilization. That's not just fighters. And there's hundreds of them plus a golem army. We do not have the chance.
I cut so many of them in half before. It's not
I mean,
that
If we
hard.
ever really needed to, the trick would be getting control of the rod, or otherwise disabling it, rather than fighting the golems themselves.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
The golems are really the thing that we need to fear. The mites are, let's be honest, I don't think the mites are going to stand it. They can barely travel to the surface.
He killed one on accident.
Yeah, I flicked my wrist and it fell over dead. I don't think we have much fear. Now they have big centipede creatures, which might be a little dangerous. But and the kobolds, I mean, they've got numbers and they've got at least some amount of martial skill behind them. That even if they're not individually powerful, with their numbers, they would certainly be a threat that we need to definitely consider. But it's the golems that scare the shit out of me right now.
Sure, I think really what we need to do is focus on bolstering our defenses and our army while they're giving us free resources
so that
Let-
if the day
let
ever
them
comes
do
where
it.
they stop, we're prepared to deal with it.
Let them fund our army. The very
Exactly.
army that will.
Exactly.
Don't worry about that, darling. I have that well in
Anyway,
hand.
in response to Bakken, so yes, well, I mean, if they're willing to develop that mine and still pay tribute, as they are, as you clearly have a bag of gold in your hand, I see no reason to act at this time. We will keep an eye on how events play out, but there isn't really much we can or should do right
Maybe
now.
you should, if you want to make this deal, I think now is the time to make it. If there is any sort of agreement before this gets out of hand, we should send some sort of message.
What deal?
Leaving it be is not wise.
Like the surface rights, you mean? We could develop.
Whatever you want to call it.
That's how I would
call
organize
I call it kowtowing, but yes.
that. In the event that there was conflict, and again, I'm not acting under the assumption that it's inevitable, but if it were to happen, we would have structures positioned.
So
I-
let's start the groundwork on that now.
I-
before
I
it
s-
gets
I say we still have. I mean, obviously, we want to, begin kind of settling these immediate areas along our roads. It's not really until we hit like this tile, this tile, this tile, like these three here, which I feel are like the contested areas. We're not there yet.
Yes,
I think we can
but
literally put this
what
discussion
I'm
off for
saying
some
is
time.
what I'm saying is while we're doing all that, their underground network is going to get wider and wider.
They're going to
To-
continue to expand.
So
we need to
meaning
match their pace.
if we can't match their pace, that's clear. So if we're going to make some sort of line to be drawn, it's better to be drawn now while it's early before they amass any more territory.
Yeah. What do
we
a
can't tell them to stop.
what-
I'm not
imagine-
I'm not saying tell them to stop. I'm saying whatever idea you had in regards to surface rights and underground rights, we establish it now rather than later.
I'm all for that.
Mm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't think it's necessary yet. Now, to be clear, we just out of character. We have settled that one, right? This one here.
We have,
Yes.
We developed this one.
but we didn't have any. We added it. It's part of. So, I wonder if we can start drawing like a border.
And that's the only one we've developed.
Yeah, but we haven't built anything on it because we didn't have the CP left to.
Right. Okay.
This is our kingdom. This is technically our kingdom's border right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So originally our plan was to go here next and just basically follow the road, right? I thought.
Yeah, or if we didn't, yeah, it's tough because we'd have to talk about settling around the old the
Or
sycamore,
maybe
right?
here.
Yeah, it was maybe left and up, but we were planning on moving our way into the gold mine, but now that doesn't seem to be a thing that we're gonna.
I mean, it doesn't seem as necessary. I don't.
Yeah.
It might still be a
Well,
good
What do
idea.
the kobolds eat? Could we, if we start producing farmland, things like that, we could basically gain control over the food while they have control over the gold, and that puts us a little more even.
It's not bad.
Kobolds will basically eat whatever they can get their hands on.
I mean, we could. I mean, if you want to talk about the way to put things in our advantage, we send them an entire cart of moon radishes. Just send it down there.
We just get them really,
Wait.
really high.
Wait
Well, no,
till
they get-
nightfall. We go
They
in.
eat too much, they get sick, right?
Correct. We wait till nightfall. Go in and clean up.
I don't like that at all.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about like a purging.
I
You're
mean,
insane.
it's called a contingency plan, Blood Priest. Be good. Be glad I'm thinking of these things.
And you
Instead
guys
of having
thought
to-
I was the evil one
Hmm.
For a brief time.
for a brief time.
Kato does have some evil
Tendencies,
in
but I'm
his
human.
heart. there's a soft counter in my head of like Kato does a thing that, oh, that's an evil action, and then Kato will like correct himself and then he'll do it again. I'm like, oh, that's an evil action. Okay, well, we're cool with them. So he's like, if I had to call Kato's alignment, he's like lawful neutral drifting down towards lawful evil, and then he'll catch himself and like there's like a ballast that you can't really see that keeps floating him back up.
What can I say? I'm a three-dimensional character.
I'm not saying we do it. I'm not saying we do it without cause. Obviously, I'm just saying if it came to it, that would be the move. Not show open opposition. I mean,
I like how that wasn't included in your original discussion of your plan.
I assumed it was implied.
Not with you, it isn't.
What are you talking about? When have I ever done anything to make you think I would just go off and just murder someone without cause?
You brought murderers into our town to be guards.
We
And
don't
have they
actually know
murdered
that.
anyone?
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Moving on.
Anyway, so I guess a lot of these answers, just like out of character, won't really come until we're in the kingdom building phase.
But yeah, out of character. No, I'm serious. I think we should send some sort of message to them now.
Well, I think having the discussion,
Whatever our position
is a good idea.
is.
I also think that what we should do maybe is have the discussion about subterranean versus surface level, and then start settling their, like, the same hexes but above them, and basically kind of build out around them so it's inconvenient for them anywhere that we're not, and again, we control it. That gives us some power.
That's a pretty good idea.
It's also a pretty fair assessment from everyone that like both the kobolds and the mites and like the, dare I call them, the soot scale confederation, they are just as likely probably to settle down as they are up. They've gone laterally so far, but there's nothing saying they like, there are whole kingdoms of scary things beneath the surface of Golarion.
They've even started to find some tunnels that go deep.
Mm-hmm. By that same notion, if y'all would like to settle the Darklands, we can definitely do it. But
someday, let's settle the upper.
We start playing Second Darkness, and we bring a bunch of drow in. It'll be super great. But
so did I only say that in character, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What did you say in character?
I'm with the witch.
I basically just said that we should settle the area we already have control of.
Yeah.
Make them feel like we are.
Make
we
them
are
rely on
bonded.
us a little bit.
Yes. That would make them quite complacent. Good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
High praise, Kato.
But we'll definitely want to call an immediate. All right, so let us call for an immediate summons of Chief Suitscale.
Yeah, I'll send Stretch down there. He's fun.
okay. If you guys have made it pretty public that there's going to be a holiday, if there's an edict, if it's been announced in the kingdom when Taxfest is, the chief will probably be in Rooston.
Okay. Well, we'll send him a formal invitation anyway, because it's like proper.
He's a dignitary.
He is a dignitary, so he should receive, not just by word of mouth and a rumor, but he should receive like a formal summons for the holiday.
Cal yell out the window. Hey, Stretch!
Man,
you like the dark, right?
he makes his way up, and just, why?
Wedge.
You know Draconic.
Foosroad. I could not, I'm sorry. Bits and pieces, not a lot. Why?
Hey, good. I need you to go to the Suitscale's cave and invite the Chief Suitscale here for the holiday.
The kobolds?
Yeah, it's weird. Don't ask.
All right, fair enough. And nods and.
Oh, it's weird, and these people are all.
It's very weird.
I'm gonna pretend I wrote down who Stretch is. I can't. The sheet will lag. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. It's Torok. Torok from Nizrock. Yeah. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And he nods and goes jogging off.
And on that note, Doc, I know you're down there. Stop hiding.
Why?
We need moon radishes.
Okay. And off he goes. Still terrified of his overlord.
That's done.
Alright.
Okay, so mechanically, if somebody, I don't know who's in the sheet right now, again, like if I were to get on it, it would lag me out real hard, but you guys have all the benefits of a second foundry and 1 extra build point a month with none of the drawbacks of having a foundry, but the foundry is not yours.
Right. Sweet. Alright, I'm just updating here.
And then my next question is, once that gets all updated, Kato, do you know where Kato wants to be this month? For the purposes of, like, yeah, for if you are adding your cha-cha-cha to economy, loyalty, or stability.
Oh. Well, let's do, since we're preparing for tax fest and all, let's do, I'm going to put it towards economy.
Okay, dope.
I think we should be all in on economy for a little bit.
Well, no, mine is, you guys each, your rolls each give a bonus. Mine is a floater. I pick one.
Yeah.
Each month.
King gets to bounce a little.
I was just saying that I approve of your decision.
Oh, I thought you meant like, we should all be economy this month. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. But okay, that makes sense. Alright, so we have, hold on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 9th building, which would be the foundry, we don't actually. Alright, so we get 1 here. So we get the benefit of the foundry without the upkeep.
Yeah. Without the unrest, you get an extra build point in gold, but in return, it's not yours. In return, the soot scales have settled in the gold mine.
That's amazing. All right, and then we're at -1 for events, right?
Yes. And while we're tracking that out real quick, I'm gonna quickly roll our loyalty check. I think it's loyalty.
Isn't the holiday an edict as well?
Yes. We have 1 holiday edict running per year at the moment for a net of, you've gone from -1 to +1. So it should be a +2 to loyalty and a +1 to consumption. So I will jack up my loyalty as well at my end. Relevant because I'm about to do some rolls. Okay. Doing a stability check real quick. Boom. Bang. And I guess I'll say these checks, if someone wants to use their hero point on, they can be kind of universal. Like if GM is rolling to determine something in the kingdom.
That's a pretty poor. That's pretty poor. That's a d20 that you rolled.
Yeah. Rolled a 3, added 14 for a total of 17.
I'm sorry, this is for which roll?
Our stability.
Stability.
Yeah.
Kingdom stability right now.
Yep.
Which and our DC is 22?
I believe so, yeah. So that would be a fail.
They don't want to use their hero for that reroll.
I think we're all just kind of waiting to see if anyone else will do it.
Who wants to burn their hero?
Who's in charge of stability in this daggone kingdom? Arcturus is.
Alright, fine. I'll use mine.
That's what I just saw on the sheet. I just saw that on the sheet.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
And it was much better.
Thanks, Arcturus. We're the only ones spending hero points this game. We're all like, I'm held mine for my inevitable shit roll when I roll for loyalty.
Roll to parry a troll. And unrest is decreased by 1 as it gets a little hairy. There is some people are upset about Tax Fest, and there's some rest of Tax Fest enthusiasts, shall we say, that Arcturus has to run out. There's no tar or feathers in all of Rooston now. You have no vacant magic item slots. Unrest increases by 1 for each kingdom, which we're not worried about.
Hey, Del, you didn't add edicts to the... You add 1 for that too, correct? For edicts and economy?
So the edicts is if we if we have specific edicts that so events are tracked separately.
I thought establishing a holiday counts as an edict.
It does. Events are like the event that happened was the soot scales have taken the gold mine, and something that would require your attention. Or like trolls have attacked Rooston, everyone's dead. That would be an event.
Right. Okay. Well, the net
and not foreshadowing.
Yeah, the net's the same. I just moved. Okay, so I moved it.
Okay, cool. Just trying to keep it straight, making sure I'm not crazy.
So then, my next question, everyone is happy where the leadership is. Would you like to promote any of the NPCs to more than members of, like, the small council?
Not right now.
Okay.
We're not big enough for that.
Would you like to claim or abandon a hex?
Want that? Y'all don't want the old half hag to be the spot master?
What we going to discuss with soot scale before we claimed a hex?
Well, no, we're not gonna. We don't want to spend the build points to claim it. We haven't even developed the hex we just claimed last month.
Indeed. Okay, so if we're not claiming any hexes because we want to talk to the soot scales and because we're saying that hex is ours, but it's also
empty.
I don't want to get that hex though.
Make a nice triangle there.
Snatch that hex, huh?
I guess I ought to put this on OBS so people can see what hexes work. Weird.
How many build points was it to claim the hex? 5?
Believe so.
2. I thought it was 2 for hills, 1 for plains.
No, that's to develop.
Oh, gotcha.
To claim the hex, spend 1 build point. This establishes the hex as part of your kingdom and increases your kingdom size by 1. You may abandon it.
Increases our but that increases our DC.
I don't want to overextend too early.
Yeah.
I know. 3 is just such a better number than 2.
Oh, here comes the OCD.
It just is.
You play Civ, Esker?
Huh?
You play Civ, right?
There's like 3 whole food on that hex. There's crabs there.
You've played Civ, right, Esker?
Yes, I've played Civ.
Okay. So you know the difference between building tall versus building wide and the advantages and disadvantages of each? All right. I mean, 3 is a good number. I do want to get that 3rd, and we have that nice little triangle going on. But let's get the farms built and stuff on this hex week, and then we can.
Fair.
Okay, works for me. And that's where we're at then. If you want to improve any of your Rooston, the castle, or this hex here, or establish a village here, so on and so forth, that's where we're at now.
Yeah. So we wanted to develop this hex into farms.
Okay.
Whatever that costs for a this is hills.
Yes, I believe so.
Do we need to roll for build points first?
That comes at the end. Now that I've actually broken out the book, that's at the end of the month. Then everybody gets paid.
Oh, then we only have 1 build point based on our treasury here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And a farm would set you back. Farms. They cost a varied number of things, and it sends me to a table. Oh, poop. To build farms there would take you on hills 4 build points.
Yeah. So if we don't generate our build points till the end, then that means we can't spend them until the following months.
Yeah.
Gross.
Gotta bank them.
So did we only
I guess we can.
Or did we do that backwards?
I guess I was like, we were doing it backwards, and I guess we can remove it. It'd be fine. We can do the income phase before the edict phase. Makes more sense. Nobody wants to withdraw, I assume. Does anyone want to deposit into the treasury?
I don't know. Do we want to withdraw 9,000 gold for a sword repair?
No.
Okay. I just had to put it. I just had to put the motion out there. Denied. Okay, cool.
Okay. You could also get rid of the sword for a couple build points.
Yeah, we could try to find someone to sell it.
Well, we could hold on to it, get it fixed for 9,000, and then sell it for 30,000. If I was tracking that right earlier.
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Getting it fixed and then selling it would probably we have to do the math to see if that would be more economical.
It would make money.
It would. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a profitable endeavor.
Indeed. Okay, so Cato's in economy right now, as I think I understand it. So
yes.
Cato or Ionia, whoever, if you want to. Cato's
I'll
got
let
18 charisma.
Yes, 16.
16.
So I'm adding 3.
So D20 plus 23, divide that result by 3, and that's how many build points we get.
Wait, am I doing this or?
Who do we want to have
all
do
this
this?
kingdom
You're the
stuff is so
treasurer.
weird to me.
You're the treasurer, so
I
you
feel
can
like-
go for.
I got like 75% of a clue
I'm pretty
now.
sure your int mod is probably better than his charisma mod.
Yeah,
No, but we're adding them together though, because I'm using my float for that.
Wow, okay.
In the same way that both the barbarians are adding their strength to, I believe, loyalty.
Yeah, because some roles cover multiple
Mhm.
checks, but mine can go. I pick one every month. I pick what do I want to support with my charisma, and so I'm picking economy. Here, I'll just roll it because.
And of course, at the
Attacking
top of the
stuff,
month,
I
if
think.
someone wants to be another thing, or like if you need a general and someone needs to like, oh, now I'm not the warden, I'm the general, that can be done. But yeah, D20 plus 23, all told.
Divided by.
Divide the result by 3, and that's how many build points we have. And indeed.
It wasn't
Did that not?
quite right.
No, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, hang on.
All right, let me.
That's a lot of the decimals.
So you rolled it. You're-
Oh, it's because of order of operations. I have to
Yeah.
put like brackets and shit.
It's because of math. All right, so you rolled a
All right, let's do it
17.
again.
You add 23. You have 40. We divide that by 3. That means the kingdom makes 13 build points.
Nice,
Damn, well done.
nice roll. Me 17 on a d20. That's pretty
Nice
hot.
roll, me.
Yeah.
Should I hero point that to try to get like an 18? or higher?
No.
What you could do is, now that you've seen the result of the roll, if you would like to use your hero point, to add a 4 to it.
Ooh, what would that change the math to?
It would be.
That would-
Why don't you save it to if someone does a bad roll?
Yeah, I'm already
Well,
down
no, he-
mine. So
He let anyone. That kingdom roll wasn't any of us. It was an NPC. It was a GM roll, so any of us could spend our point for it. But we can only spend our points for our own rolls. Otherwise,
Looks like if you were to spend a hero point for a +4, it would get you an extra build point. Which
Oh,
doesn't
so one-
sound as crazy, but when you say if you'd spend a hero point, you'd get 4 and get 4,000 gold out of it.
yeah, I'm gonna spend my hero point because we need to build. We need to push.
And Tax Fest is very profitable. I guess I won't say there are tourists, but there are more people coming in and out. Especially, now that it's a little warmer out and you guys are a settlement next to like prime hunting territory. The Hog's Head probably does real good. There have been rumors of a world famous chess master who will take on all comers, and there's enough money thrown around at the tavern as Jubilost is illusioning like 5 chess sets and like just kind of closing his eyes and concentrating and beating every commoner from here to Restov.
you know how to have a good time here, huh?
Mhm.
Cal doesn't get the game, but she knows what betting's about, and she's trying to organize her guard. So we gotta get the pool going. All right, so we need to, who's got the vig?
Yeah, Cal
Don't do
does add
that.
to the economy a little bit. And also some money shows up and we don't ask Cal why. And you got the 14 build points. There's nothing else needs to happen, I don't think, in this one. No. Okay, so now if you would like to create or improve settlements or stuff on terrain with your many build points, you're free to do so.
All right. So we have 14 now.
14.
So we can spend 4 to develop farms on the tile.
Okay.
Oh, that's done. I assume.
Let me write this down. And what?
Where's the list? Where's the list at?
That is F.
So many things that didn't get done on the list.
F19. All right, that puts us to 10. Then I want to build my summer home.
No.
A mansion is 10 build points.
Yeah.
+1 to stability, +1 to law, +1 to society. So it wouldn't be the worst way to spend it.
But no, it's probably not the best either. All right, let's see. So we've got the fort, we've got the foundry, we've got the Greek cemetery, houses, moat, shop, tannery, shrine, farms. What was on our list? We had the list. We built the tannery
That's
because
what I
we
was
needed.
saying.
We need
I'm
econ.
searching through the chats for the list.
I guess as I'm flipping through the book, one thing I could
Here.
float out is
I think-
for 10 build points, you could build an exotic artisan, and I would let that fly well enough as Kalyra has been looking for someone to hunt monsters. It's close enough. I don't think there's going to be a...
Exotic pets.
Okay.
Exotic animals.
Excuse-moi. That's probably as close as we're going to find here. If
How much is the pier?
a pier would set you back...
16.
Indeed.
Too much. We wanted shops, right?
Wait, was there something before pier? Or is that
Shop.
the lowest?
Oh no, we did do shop. Never mind. Actually, yeah. Where's this list? I'll find it too. Did we do it in our? Was it in the
It's in
general?
the group.
Achilles doesn't know where it is either. I'm just flipping through for anything that's worth 10 that might be good for you guys. And in +1 economy, +1 loyalty, +1 society. Herbalist. Actually, I wonder on that note, how would
It's not-
that exactly...
Doesn't appear to be in this chat. Yeah, search is all bugged up right now.
Boo.
So we actually had a list. We put it together of like our build priority of what we wanted to do in order. And so I'm trying to find this right now.
Okay. Well, I suppose while we're looking through that, that's basically
here we are.
Oh, cool. Dope.
All right, so here's we're missing jail on the high tier ones. Jail.
Which you can't quite afford yet.
Shop we have.
Get the top 5 ones. You're looking at the top 5 list, right? For the winter. Are you looking at this?
Oh wait, I have to scroll through all your chonk horses. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I remember that.
I remember when they all died.
See because the winter was shop, shrine, stable, jail, watchtower, and then spring was develop tiles and build farms, barracks, pier.
Right. But then
alchemist, question mark. And
then we
question mark.
realized we didn't have nearly enough build points for our winter projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, things we need. Yeah, so there's the jail, the watchtower. There's also stable, which is 10. A barracks is 6. I actually think a barracks wouldn't be a bad option.
Definitely something to think about.
But a stable would be 10. An inn would be 10. Jail's 14. Tavern's 12.
I think we should stick toward building an army and food sources.
So barracks?
Barracks and like another round of farms.
Well, we're gonna. So when we develop that tile as farmland, then we can later build like
a mill and things like that.
What is the what's the name of the? It's
Stockyard.
Stockyard. Thank you. The stockyard on farmland, which is 20 build points, but it gives a shit ton of extra food and productivity.
Oh, it does too. Nice.
Economy 1, stability -1, but then it says farms in this hex and adjacent hexes reduce consumption by 3 instead of 2, and then if settlements get productivity +1. It's actually really nice, but it's expensive.
And gives you discounts on future stables and
But
tanneries as well.
it's a good spot because if we could take all the tiles around it and then
Yes, like
all the adjacent tiles.
if we go left or west next and build farms there, it would benefit from stockyards on. But that's so probably, depending on how many build points we get next month, we should probably. So what we can do is we can build a barracks for 6, bank the 4 for next round, because we can't really buy anything with 4 anyway. That's all that.
Makes sense.
That worth it. That's my recommendation. But
I'm
the
on board
votes,
with it.
Sounds good.
all in favor say aye.
I'm not gonna say that,
That
but I
doesn't
am.
really work on the voice chat, but sure.
All opposed,
We all just make noise.
all opposed nay. Well, we have no votes either way, so I'm going to say aye, and it's passed.
And it's become a dictatorship. Praise the mighty Cato, or he'll kill you.
Cool. Barracks in construction and farmlands in construction.
Where are we?
I like it.
I assume we're building the barracks like on our hometown.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. Okay.
I have to imagine it's like, I mean,
We don't have settlement. So the different tiles, when we develop them separately, there's like develop into a settlement or into farmland, or they have specific like, yeah, we have to build it on our home tile because that's the only settlement tile we have.
You just kind of put it at the bottom of the castle like it is in Solitude.
Yeah.
The kingdom now has an infinite source of steel arrows.
Cool.
Because you sit and let the guards shoot.
What does the barracks actually?
A barracks gives you a conversation we need to have about our armed forces.
That's the joke of it all.
It's a -1 to unrest, +2 to defense, +1 to law, and yeah.
Oh, well,
and
those are all good.
A building to house conscripts, guards, militia, soldiers, and military forces. And it can be upgraded to a garrison later on.
Yep. And buffing out your defense is probably super important. Yeah. On that note, do you guys, while we're in this phase, do you feel like creating units of an army? Training any of your people, things of that nature?
What is their population now?
As they stand right now, I want to say this in Total War, but I don't necessarily know if that will translate to everyone who's listening to me. But you have 20-odd commoners plus the people you've assembled yourself, but the commoners, quote-unquote, out here are made of a little tougher stuff. They're all used to living in the wilderness. They all know how to shoot a bow, skin a deer, so on and so forth. So they'll be a little hardier than, like, the average commoner in Restov or in some other bigger city.
How much would it cost to have to put in place like a militia program? Like, we're not going to conscript them into an army, but we would like them to be like a trained militia if anything were to ever come our way.
That's basically where you're at now. Like, they will defend their homes if you try to organize them. There's checks.
Right, but I'm saying like if we wanted to like maybe outfit them a little so they're not running out with like, you know, pitchforks and
you want a Minutemen situation. That's what you want.
That makes sense.
We don't have an army. The best we can do is if we get attacked, our citizens will have like, you know, at least bare bones equipment to create some kind of makeshift defense for our fort.
Right. I'm trying to find. There's the mass combat rules. Dope. Now, please tell me how much it costs to outfit them. I want to say it probably costs like a build point.
4,000 gold should be enough to outfit 20 people.
With
I would
like
imagine.
Infinite arrows essentially, and the simple weapon of their choice, and like some decent armor, probably masterwork, all of that stuff. But a lot of that is just like flavor text during mass combat. It will increase their effectiveness, though.
Well, since we're building a barracks, do we want to throw a build point in and gear up a militia?
Oh, here we go. I got it. Here's the resources. Okay, so the army right now doesn't really have any consumption. Eventually, they, like, if you wanted to have a standing force of professional soldiers, they would cost you some. But for these guys, they're just more of a defend your homes kind of scenario. If you wanted to buff out their weapons, it would cost you... it says 5, but I feel like it should be much smaller. I'm going to say it's... Oh, wait, no, never mind. There's the scaling. It, in fact, is 1 build point, and it will increase their attack rolls in mass combat by 1. My god, Achilles. Same is true for if you wanted to buff out their armor. So 1 for weapons, 1 for armor.
Oh, gotcha. For 20, dude. What's the scale? Like, how many guys, how does that scale work? Is it like based on the quantity of people?
Yeah.
That we would be? And
since you guys have essentially a tiny army of about 20 people, I'm not counting like Rogue Squadron in them. They would, it scales down to a 4th, and the quick BS math in my head says that a quarter of 5 is probably about 1.
What's the upper limit for that 1/4 cost? Like how many?
What do you mean?
He's trying to min max it. So
no, that's fine. I just don't understand.
5 divided by 4.
Right. No, I get that, but we're getting 1/4 due to the fact that there's only 20 of them, right? At what point would it become more expensive? Like at what numbers does it reach the next like cost threshold?
Oh, I see. Okay, so a tiny army is composed of about 25 odd people. Then from tiny to small is, if I remember correct, 50. Yes. And then it's 100, 200, 500, 1,000. And the biggest army, a colossal army, is 2,000 soldiers.
Okay. And then the price for outfitting goes up from there.
Yeah, from
That's
right now
level.
Tiny is a 1/4, then a 1/2, then 1, 2, 4, 10, 20.
Okay, cool. So 25. So we're roughly there.
Yeah. You guys have more than enough to defend your homes, and I'm not counting Rogue Squadron, what are we going to call... I'm just going to say Kalyra's band. Rogue Squadron, the band, Bakken, Jubilost, if Jubilost stays for longer than to lick his wounds, and certainly you guys.
Oh, Jubilost, right. And a fairy dragon, which is likely to cause more trouble than help in the combat situation, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Up to you guys. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad investment.
Are you concerned that we're going to be attacked?
It's probably reasonable for you guys to... I mean, to your southern border, there are marauding trolls. To your western border, there is a barbarian warlord and a coven of hags. To your northern border, there is a bunch of nobles who are conspiring against Cato, and Cato had to be kicked out of his own family to save both Face and his family's lives.
Us getting attacked could also just end up being like random kingdom events too that could happen.
Mm-hmm. What is the defense factor into this that we have from our
watchtower? Hold on.
The castle as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, the castles. We got a moat.
How much is a watchtower? It's 12. Oof. Okay.
So how does that factor in, Tommy? With if we are attacked, what did the defense points do exactly?
If I understand it correctly, it will essentially buff your army's AC during mass combat.
Buffs our defense.
Or like if the army wants to do damage, I think, good lord, Cat, if the army wants to do damage directly to like a building, I think the defense modifies how much damage they truly do, whether or not they like mess up a house or like all of the houses are destroyed. Sort of thing.
I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to put 1 point in the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, I am going to see if I can find the defense value really quickly. We're all learning kingdom rules together. Yay. Friendship is not the thing that I was going to name this episode, and I've already forgot it. Damn.
Gotta outfit our militia, quotation marks. Definitely not a kobold hunting squad. Kidding, guys.
Awkward silence.
Lighten up a bit.
We don't need a squad for that. I've already told you the plan.
Oh yeah.
We just need a group of 5. Don't mind getting their hands dirty. Don't worry, we won't tell the blood priest. I'm sure he'll be upset that he would miss out on all day.
I'm standing right here.
Looming behind you is Arcturus, his shadow cast.
I know.
He knows.
So does Achilles, apparently. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Is there anything else anybody wants to build? Anything you want to spend your build points on?
So that puts us down to 3. We could spend those 3 build points to pay the 9,000 gold to repair the sword.
We could
Actually, more than
with the sword.
I'm just thinking it's an investment. Think about it this way. We cash out 2 of the build points for 8,000. We put the other 1,000 forward because I think we could scrounge that, and then we repair it. But then we sell it and make like 3 times our money back. I'm not trying to like cash out to repair this thing so that, oh look, now we have a fixed sword. I'm saying this is like a business invest. This is like This will make us more money.
So then why do we do it now?
Because we need the more money we can generate for next month's kingdom building, then we could.
But we wouldn't have it because the sword
would need to sell
a month. No, it takes a month for it to get fixed.
So, but the longer we delay, the longer this transaction will take to actually. It's just an idea. I'm not arguing that we do it. I'm just saying we could cash out a little bit now to fix it, to then have it fixed, then to sell it.
I think if we have unspent points anyway, why not?
And I guess the only argument against it is each build point you withdraw for personal funds will increase unrest by that same amount.
Yeah, that makes sense because
I see why not.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
You had me convinced until that.
I mean, that's just our.
It's not
that's not a huge.
Personal, though. It's going back in.
Yeah. Well, then when we donate, question, Tommy, does it work the other way? If we put personal funds into buying build points, does that reduce unrest?
I'm looking. In this case, probably, if you are literally like, I need this money to fix this, and there's some big speech about how this will be great for the kingdom, and then it actually is, and you deliver on your promises, yeah, it should be fine.
So take a hit, and then we
take a hit and fix it. But in most cases, when you sell expensive items or put your own money in the treasury, it doesn't increase anything except for you get build points.
Fair enough. It's just an idea. I think it would benefit us in the long run. The sooner we can get, unless Tibor or Kalyra actually plans to keep this. I keep saying, let's repair it and then sell it and then use that money to build an army or whatever it is we want to build. But he may want to keep it.
+4 weapon against Fae, real good.
It's just it's a +2 magic weapon, period. Even against anything else, it's the strongest piece of steel we have in the kingdom right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. I mean, I'm not super excited about giving up the strongest weapon we have.
Yeah, exactly. You were the one who brought up selling it previously. That's why I'm.
Because I just wanted to make sure everyone knew it was an option. I didn't want anyone to be of the understanding that this is my sword and no one can have it but me. So I was just putting it out there so everybody.
Claimed.
It's still a group item, it's still a party item.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Why don't we just table? Okay. Well, we're not gonna. Let's not make the withdrawal this month then. We'll bank the 3 remaining build points.
Understood. After
we've outfitted the town with weapons.
So then now the most important part comes. The role playing of TaxFest. Because that is all of the kingdom stuff for the month of April. First things first, I see Ionio wants to do a spy on people with her psychic powers.
Right.
And so it can be done. Yeah, we can start with old Julia. Yeah, it's not hard. At some point during this, you make the mind's eye and you go find her. There is a... Actually, there's a table for random things that can happen in the kingdom. Let's introduce some chaos! I say to the lawful neutral Abadoran kingdom. Can't do that at all. Nope. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. I will say hello to you, Achilles. Why do you meow upon me? What do you want? What should I do with Julia? Achilles says she's dead. I'm sorry. You never got to know her. Sure. Roll a d6. If you're at the table. Otherwise, I'll do it.
I am not at the table.
Okay, got it. Well, boom. Bum-ba-dum-ba-bum. Oh, my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, sure. So I'll roll this. And it comes up as that. Okay, sure. How do I want to? That's so specific. The mind's eye finds Julia having rounded up a teenage human boy She is presently... Can you hear through it?
I believe so.
Okay. Yep. Okay, cool. So, what do you want to do? That flies with that and can travel to 1 mile. Achilles, come here, you little butthole. You're crying all over my channel. Okie dokie. That's right. Step. I have a couple ideas for who it could be. I'll roll a d3. Okay, sure. So, this Julia has rounded up a little, like, scrawny teenage boy. She's picked him up, like, bodily by the scruff of his shirt. And as the mind's eye finds her, it's just... This religion is not allowed within the walls. And, like, throws back this, like, little scrawny slip of a boy who, like, falls back on his butt, backs up, then stands up. Like, he crawls back, stands up, and then runs away.
You're cutting out a little bit.
No, poop. Cultists run away. Yeah.
Interesting. Too bad I can't see this though.
Only Ionia sees it.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's now apparently a cultist?
Yeah. Or some kind of religion that is not allowed in the, like, within the settlement.
Have we determined what religions are and are not allowed?
I don't think you guys have set a flat, like, edict or anything about it, but you've given this person enough latitude to make the assumption.
Someone that would be probably directly opposed to, like, Abadar. Like, who does he hate? Or who hates him?
That would be... You don't need to necessarily make the religion checks on this one. Anything that opposes civilization, law and order, trade, taming the wilderness.
Chaotic gods.
Yeah. And there are many on that side of the alignment scale. But the thing about Abadar, I suppose, also is Abadar is, like, a very popular deity in this region. People like Abadar. Abadar is responsible for a lot of things, and of course that would make you a lot of enemies.
Make what?
Make you, like you'd make a lot of enemies over it.
Hmm.
Anybody else you want to hunt down with the eye?
I'd like to check on all of Halford.
All of them? Okay,
The,
cool.
Yeah, all the ones that we have lined up.
Alrighty.
Just make sure that none of them are up to no good. We don't necessarily need to go
Oh.
into detail about each of them unless you guys want to.
Oh, they're up to no good. I can sense it in my bones.
None of them are. You can you only track you only track the Skinwalker for so far before he would go out of range. The Gripoli and the Damphir are both just kind of doing their own thing. Toen is, now that it's getting a little warmer, has gone insect hunting for his collection. And Aisling she's set up, much like Jod has, she's set up a little, like, not quite shrine to Sarenrae within Rooston, and she spends most of her time there.
Okay. That's interesting. Aisling is probably okay. Sarenrae is good people. Alright, well.
Anybody else?
Feel good about that?
Yeah, there was something I wanted to do.
Okay.
Of course, there's my monthly coercion of Jod about rare animal traders.
Okay.
And
Jod?
I'm not Jod. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of
Oleg.
Oleg.
I guess remind me again. Why is Kalyra looking for this?
Not gonna say. She needs a she has a plan, and the plan entails a rare animal. she needs to get her hands on some rare animals.
Okay.
Oleg, you find any good animal traders come through yet?
Nothing so rare. Do you need thylacine pelts, wolf pelts?
I don't want the pelts. I need the actual animals.
Do you need wolves, thylacines?
What?
Perhaps
No.
a bear? Well, then what is it you're looking for, woman? Svetlana looks at him. He shrinks a little.
It's what are they called? They're like rodents, but the big the donkey rats. Yes, I need donkey rats.
What? Why?
Don't ask me. What does it matter? I need them. I'm willing to pay for them, so I need to find someone who's willing to sell them. That's all.
So you need dire rats.
Not dire rats, donkey rats. I
There...
don't want monsters. I want animals. You don't know what a donkey rat is?
I don't know what a donkey rat is. I assumed that meant dire rat. To the bestiaries!
It looks like a capybara, kind of.
It is the capybara.
You're trying to buy capybaras?
Yes.
I had it in my head you wanted like a hydra or something.
No.
No, you just want a damn capybara. Okay,
So he needs an exotic animal salesman.
On that note, Towen happens to be in earshot, and he turns the corner and says, why do you need that?
I have a plan, okay?
I could make you one,
I'm working on
only for a little while.
I've been working on it all winter, and what?
Would you be happy if you only had it for a few seconds?
No.
Oh.
I don't need just one. I need a bunch. There's a bunch of them.
They're so far from here. And Towen hops out, and Oleg just, I'll see what I can do. It's been easier to find dire rats.
I'm sure. But in the meantime, I need one of those training sleeves. Need to practice.
Okay, and you get it free of charge from Oleg, because I'm sure it's not worth anything. Like a couple silver at most, and you're his boss.
Good. I'm going to practice on punching the horses. Have a good day.
You want to punch the Oleg goes back to his porridge, because clearly he's outside of his over his head.
It's like, I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Anybody
else they want to hunt down and talk to? I guess at some point the chief does make it in for Tax Fest.
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say someone should talk to him.
Scale. We'll talk to him as a group, and
okay.
we'll sit him down, waggle our fingers in his face,
and
say, "Here, this is how it's going to be." No, I'm just kidding. Because when he arrives, we would greet him with
I feel like he's gonna arrive in style. He's gonna arrive like Gary Oakes.
Huh?
In his car with a bunch of cheerleaders. Sutscale, he's our man! And that's how they've been able to get to the gold vein, is they have so many diggly dig.
Oh, okay.
Trio! I had to do it. I can't not finish it. It's the curse of the millennial.
Super cringe. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
What? Nah.
I guess this is...
Ask her approves.
I guess this is Ionia's job, but since she seems a little preoccupied, I think I can step in for this. It is a new month. It is a new month of Oleg selling off our wares, correct? I think we left with him.
I'm sorry?
Remember we left all of our goods with Oleg to sell, and he would move them as a certain amount of them each month as he was able to, and he would take his 40% cut.
And then everything else goes to y'all as you've set him up to sell. Yeah.
Yes. So that would, I guess, since it's a new month, we would pay him a visit to collect our 60 of the 60-40 split.
Okay.
So How much did you say he has each month that he's able to move for us?
Every month, I want to say it's about 1,000 gold. I'll go back and I gotta pop that book open again. I should have wrote that down. I didn't realize that would be important still. Oh, blam! I'm gonna get these numbers super memorized when I get a second group that's dealing with Oleg. Won't even have to open this book again. Just run it by heart. This is no longer a Pathfinder channel. It's just strictly a Kingmaker channel. Welcome to Kingmaker. I wanted to say it was like 200 gold a week. I believe. Go AP. I'm pretty sure it's like 200 gold a week. And Achilles agrees. Why are you so talkative today, little one? I'm glad you're here. You're my buddy. And settling in at Oleg's. Oh, oop. Sorry, I'm completely brain farted trying to find this, and my thing is going real slow. That's what she said. Okay, so
fine. I'm going through the loot sheet anyway.
I'm gonna say he can get about 1,000 gold a month. If it was 200 gold before, it can go up because now he has a base.
All right, so he can. All right, so 1,000. So Ionia, remind me, he sold off all of the furs. All the furs and all of that was already sold / distributed, correct?
Anything that has a 0 in it under quantity is already on.
Yeah, okay.
So anything that has a quantity, we still have.
All right. So we have a cold iron sickle, masterwork, bracers of armor +1, a wand of magic missiles, which you were going to take that, right, Artoris?
Yeah, I currently have that in my inventory.
Okay, so I'm going to change that to a 0. Did you add it to your sheet? To your tab? Okay.
A DM point of order. The training sleeve I just looked up. It's 100 gold.
Oh my god, fair enough.
You got a wow.
I definitely thought you were just like, here is a flavorful thing. What does it do?
+5 to competence to animal handling.
My god. Okay, yeah, you probably pay like 50 for it, but yeah.
War's been going on about this sleeve for like months now at this point. Weeks, maybe weeks is more fair.
Actually, there isn't a whole lot left for him to sell for us, which is good, I guess, because I didn't realize we actually emptied most of our...
Yeah, I think the last time we went through and pretty much emptied everything.
So the big thing really is if he can move this one item for us, it would be his entire monthly amount, was those bracers of armor +1, because they're exactly worth 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone
Did we
planned to use
determine,
this.
because I was kind of interested in taking those instead of my big bulky armor, did we determine there was a reason why that wasn't going to work?
Yes, because they don't stack with your armor and would give you just a +1 armor bonus, whereas the whatever armor you're wearing now is probably just much better. Like granted, you'd be able to swim in it, but...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, got to be able to swim.
The big benefit is for arcane mages, because they suffer casting penalties when they wear armor, so they generally don't wear any armor, and then they can use these to...
Or like monks.
Monks, too. Yeah, monks are a good option. But since you're a psychic and Artoris is whole, like you guys don't suffer any armor penalties, it's better just to wear armor.
Technically, you could put them on Grom. Just to float that out there. Grom doesn't... Like, Minoru has armor proficiency, so doesn't need it, but Grom doesn't, I don't think. Depends on how often you're going to be riding Grom into harm's way, I suppose.
Straight into battle, yeah. So we could give Grom +1 to his AC. Or we could just cash that out for 600 gold.
Could do that.
Other than that, like I said, we have the Cold Iron Sickle, Masterwork. Did we want to keep that? Did anyone want that? It's not worth a whole lot, though. Cold Iron's not.
Wait. The sickle, actually, I think I might want to trade that for. I think I have like a cold iron dagger instead.
Cool. Obviously, you can get rid of these healers kits. We don't need those. Scrolls. Nah, I think we're pretty much. We got potions, scrolls. I want to keep all those for now, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing really else to sell. We did good. We cleaned up everything from Chester last month. It looks like.
We actually don't have a Chester yet, do we? Did we get?
Yeah. No, we did. We got it.
Chester survived the ambush. Yes.
Chester survived. The cart got repaired.
Yeah.
Or the carriage got repaired, but the horses, there's no repairing them.
Not without a lot more powerful magic than you guys possess, yeah.
Ray zombie horses.
Or that, you guys are about the level that Anime Dead would start coming online.
So.
Ah, what could have been?
When does the blood priest want to dabble in necromancy?
Everyone looks at Arcturus.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. All right. So the only thing
Don't do necromancy.
The only thing we have worth selling would be that those bracers. So if we want to keep them, we can keep them. We can sell them. But other than that, there's nothing else really we should need to worry about with him.
Well, it sounds like it's either a Grom or sell them. So I think that falls to Senya.
Do you want to put magic bracers on your horse?
As we all remember when Grom got hit for a boatload of his health by a troll.
I don't think that one AC would help.
Yeah, that was fair. If it only was for that 1 point of AC.
Logical.
It's fine. It's
Sell it?
Yeah.
Sold. Thank you, Bakken. Not Bakken. Oleg. Thank you, Oleg. 400 gold.
Every NPC is Bakken.
Yeah.
We are all Bakken, and Bakken is we.
400 gold for you, 600 gold for us. I don't know where to put that 600 gold, so I'm just gonna write it here under.
I'll put it in there.
All right. I changed it to 0 in the sheets, or the quantity to 0. If you just want to add our 600 gold wherever it needs to go.
Did we split all this gold up the last time? Man, looks like I didn't update.
We did. But you didn't update the thing. I remember I'd said something to you about it, but I forgot to go in and change it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and rewatch that episode and update these numbers, and then it's 600 from today.
Yeah, 600 in sale.
This whole time, I'm just trying to feel why the hell does Kalyra need capybaras?
Yeah, I know.
I have so many concerns.
So, on that note, do I have time during this training month to train the horses? So I'd like to.
Sure. Yeah, you do. Go ahead and make your handle animal checks. I didn't realize. Is that a magic item? That's really.
No,
good.
it's just like it's a competence bonus.
Fair enough.
It's just like I think the idea is like you let the animal bite you on the sleeves. learns how to fight better. I guess. I don't.
Oops.
No, he used it for punching the horse.
And with my sleeve, it doesn't hurt him.
But it teaches them who's boss, and that's all. That's what matters.
You just teach them to bite back. You know what I'm saying? Just keep whacking them till there you go.
Yes, violence well done, horsey. It's just an army of angry capybaras.
Capybara army.
Are there stats for this? What shenanigans are this? But yeah, if you want to make your handle good.
That's with the +5.
Unfortunately, the horse is noble, so you only have a no.
Ah, damn it, 25. Stop that.
It's still super good, yeah.
Ooh, we got one combat horse.
Well, yours and Grom, we got 2 combat horses.
Oh yeah, that's right. Boom.
Which is good because you guys are going to be the ones riding alongside the carriage, so that's important. So now we need 2 combat heavy horses again, 2 more because our first 2.
Is Cal training a horse, or did Cal end up with a capybara?
No, horse.
Oh, okay. I was like,
he put in an order
I missed
for a
something.
capybara.
That'll take.
No capybaras.
Plural.
I need multiple guys.
He needs
Can't
an
just
army.
have one. Can't just have one cappy, man.
This is his plan to root out the kobolds and the mites. It's an army of little
Nah,
Donkey rats?
it's his plan to become a witch because the master of a donkey rat familiar gets a +2 on fort saves. That's not bad.
As if I need help on fort saves. Get out of here.
You want a familiar?
Hey, have you heard about my new best friend? It's all these capybaras, and the kingdom's run out of money because the cappies have eaten you out of house and home.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have a
capybara is literally my favorite animal.
Oh. I see.
But that's not why I'm getting a bunch of capybaras though.
Oh.
Like I said, I got a plan. It's multi-tiered. You've heard about it.
This is the first tier, huh?
We have been hearing about
This
it.
is the second tier. Well, the first tier is to get the capybaras. You're correct.
I imagine Cal going door to door, like let me tell you the good word of my multi-tiered plan.
The good word of Cappy, and they all just swarm in the house.
It's a Ponzi scheme. They get you to invest.
Obviously, Cal is the boss and making Cal's own money with capybaras.
What we're doing is we're selling capybaras. You buy all these capybaras from me, and then you sell the capybaras to other people who will sell those capybaras.
And if you get 3 people under you, then you can call yourself a leader, and you get a 5th you're a coach.
You know what? If Kalyra is gonna make money by a pyramid scheme rather than murdering people, I'm kind of okay with it.
It's slightly better, like a less of 2 evils, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, you guys paint Kalyra as a murderer. She's not a murderer. Possibly a hitman. Maybe an assassin, but
if
not.
You get to call me a witch, I get to call you a murderer.
It's fine. Only if I get to murder you. Or try to anyway.
I'd rather you didn't.
Yeah. Arcturus might have a few things to say about that.
Indeed.
You can get it too. You know what I mean?
You will be terrified for your life.
Fine.
Well. Anybody got anything else they want to do during the month of not April? Anybody they want to talk to? We still want to talk to the soot scales. That was the thing. Is there anything else though?
Other than the meeting with soot scale.
What?
Aren't we going to talk about surface rights?
Yeah, the surface things.
I feel like Arcturus should head that discussion.
I mean, I'll do it.
No.
No, that's okay.
It's not like she's a murderer.
Anybody else should do it.
Okay.
I mean, I imagine Kato doing it just because it seemed like the kind of thing the head of state.
Yeah, I've just been talking so much this session already. Like I'm getting a little, getting a little negotiated out or whatever. I guess that's my frickin' job though. So.
The spotlight burns. Okay, so at some point during the height of Tax Fest, heavy is the head that wears the crown of party face. At some point, during the height of Tax Fests and the feasting that I assume accompanies it and the revelry, the Chief Soot Scale is brought before Kato and anyone else who wants to be in the throne room at the time.
I'd be there.
Yeah, I think we're all.
Yeah, this is probably a group discussion since we need to show
Bring in a leg, get some porridge.
Oh yeah, let's get some porridge served. Some drinks. Well, you already mentioned like food and drinks. This is a very happy occasion. So
I imagine if you're gonna have tax fest for the common folk is like, okay, you're off work today, you pay your taxes, and that sucks, but then party after because it sucked really bad. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's basically my understanding of Tax Fest is it is pretty much that the tax collectors kind of go around to each individual, take their money, thank them for their contribution to our wonderful society, and then there is like a feast at the end. We all kind of, get together and, unity and things like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and they all get the day off work.
They all get the day off work.
Not only do they forego their wage today, but they also pay money to get the day off work. It's like...
And
like
now,
every time I have to go to the doctor.
And we understand that Rooston is not a place that gives paid time off.
Right. No PTO at all. And only 2 sick days a year.
Doof.
I want to move.
Going back to Restov. Safer in Port Ice than here. This sucks.
And those 2 sick those 2 sick days per year have to be in like different like one can only be taken from January through to
quarters.
Yeah, no, not quarters, halves.
Ugh.
So you get 1 in the first half of the year, you get 1 in the second half of the
One
year.
for
If
that
you
summer
don't take-
cold.
Yeah, if you don't take your sick day in the first half of the year, you lose it. It doesn't carry over to the second half.
What is this?
Draconian law. These
What, are you running a restaurant though?
Restaurant? Yeah, exactly. It's a service industry.
basically.
Welcome to McRooston. Can I take your order, please?
You know, the sad thing is that's actually better than the service industry offers.
Yeah.
Oh,
The one large fop burger side of Cappy fries.
Hey, hold on now. Frying up my capybaras? No, sir.
all right, so
So the chief comes up and just, yes, friends! What a wonderful celebration we have! And he's got, like, ale in one hand and moonradish in the other. He sways a little. What did you need?
Does this guy know how to party or what?
yeah, we're so glad you could join us. We know that you've been very busy these past few weeks.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Cool. Well, enjoy.
Cool, thanks. Kato just gets, like, way too much anxiety and can't finish this conversation. Cool, thanks, bye.
Panic attack.
The Suskills are gonna take over. I actually have a kobold in the other Kingmaker group.
Is he holding the rod back right now?
No, he's not. The rod isn't with him.
Ooh. Ooh. Do we have spies?
What is this?
Do we have agents?
I was just asking. I wasn't gonna
No, it
kill him
wasn't
and take
so
the
much
rod.
about you. It was just about
was like,
Dell's
ooh.
reaction.
Do we have agents in this caverns right now?
No. Yeah, probably not.
See, we should have who's managing our spy network?
Stretch, go live with the kobolds now.
We aren't going to be the aggressors.
No, but we should have people planted in every nation or every.
For
you know,
what?
How do
But
you
the
gonna get us?
implication of
what are you
that
gonna
is
get
that you would take advantage of that right now,
Inte-
which would be an aggressive move.
You gonna
Hey,
get a
we could-
cobalt spy?
Passive
just like
aggressive at best.
This is
And-
just sidebar out of character. But if you had the opportunity, if right now the opportunity presented ourselves to grab that scepter, would
Grab
you
that
take
scepter. Yeah, I would.
That no.
And I want
That's not a
to
lawful thing to do.
at Kalyra how you make a kobold spy. I think they called him Tartuk.
Right.
If I had to
You
take a
gotta
guess.
kill someone, resurrect them as a kobold, and you're done.
Botch
No
the
problem.
reincarnate.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. How did we want to position this? This is more of Artoris's idea. You go ahead.
Okay.
I don't even really. Yeah. I mean, I agreed with the recommendation, but I don't really know how to.
These are your boys.
I mean, all right. I'm not nearly as practiced in this, but so our understanding is you've expanded your I don't know home up to the gold mine that we had discovered sometime.
Yes, indeed. Turns out more tunnels that direction as well. They don't go quite as high up to the top as they did with us, but we run into things, we find gold, we figured we would give it to you. We don't really need it, you know.
Well, I mean, we love seeing you old friends of ours doing well. We were curious if, since it seems as though your interest is below the earth, if you would have any objection to if we were to build things on the surface above where your cave networks are, like farms or maybe some structures to help provide for our mutual security in the event that anything were to threaten either of us.
No, of course not. Why would I have objection to this at all?
I didn't think you would. I just wanted to be sure, just so if something were to spring up, you wouldn't be surprised.
No, of course not.
It's a matter of courtesy, Chieftain. We just didn't want, as my friends here said, we didn't want to surprise you, or surprises are often, not a good thing.
Indeed. No, you saved my life. I trust you with my life.
Oh boy.
Please do not make me regret that in like 5 levels.
Oh my god. Oh my god, my
This is a
side
good-
hurts right
time
now.
to remind you guys.
Well, it's
that-
always a pleasure, Chief. Enjoy the festivity.
Yes, you are
Oh.
always welcome. You are always welcome here. Do not be a stranger.
Of course. And he
Take
nods
that.
and
What's this random handle animal?
No, this is not random. I was showing you guys the thing that I got when I got to 5th level, just in case.
Is it called a breastplate?
Uncanny Dodge is really good.
Denied sneak attack for rogues level 8 or lower.
Anyways, Chief,
So-
I believe
The chief
that
will go
Lana
with...
made a moon radish pie. You must try it.
Oh,
Get
yes!
them away from these
Yes, indeed!
hooligans.
And off
Dude,
goes
is that
the
like a
chief.
hash brownie? What is moon radish pie?
Right. What exactly
Yes.
are you making?
Cut me a hunk of that.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird pies out there.
The tax day festivities go into overdrive.
It's like think of it like a shepherd, like a meat pie, like a shepherd's pie. It's like porridge in a pie, but with a crust around. It's a dinner pie, not a.
Like a chicken pot pie.
Yeah, like a
moon
chicken
radish
pot pie. Yeah, it's a moon radish pot pie.
It's pat
Delicious,
pat.
man.
Actually, sounds delicious.
And it doesn't sound horrible.
It's also laced, so it's all. It's good.
Oh man,
It sounds delicious.
it sounds delicious and it'll get you high. Okay, yep. You guys can definitely, if that's what you want to do, is make your way to the Boar's Head. You certainly can.
I'm not having any of this pie.
Why not?
Arcturus is a very spirit of Christmas kind of festive person. He just wants to be around his family and count his money, and everyone else is too drunk. You guys know what we need? We need capybaras.
He's just happy we got some tax money finally.
Just to be clear, I'm not sure. Arcturus, when was the last time you even saw your family?
That's awkward.
I have no living relatives that I'm aware of, so
Painful memory grudge.
anyone that I'm related to would be still in Cheliax, I believe.
Christmas is
There's
hard on
still
all of
legitimate
us.
siblings, half siblings, presumably around.
Smooth.
Past siblings?
That's before they were excommunicated.
Well, like my
Like a half brother.
yeah.
Oh, half. I heard past.
I heard.
past
I
siblings.
Oh no, half.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I, in character, probably would have known about that.
No.
Out of character, I forgot.
In character, did you ask? Did you say is that conversation in character? I thought that was out of character.
The pie is too strong.
Yeah, he's
gone.
I probably
am I
wouldn't
right
have
now?
told you any of that in character. I mean, you
Oh,
should have
well,
known. You should have known that in character.
Yeah,
but the
it
rest
was.
of them.
It was probably out of character because I think you're right. I think in character, I would have known that.
Yeah.
Well, now I know.
No, you don't.
And now everyone else
That was
knows.
that was all in character.
No, wait, no, it
Wow,
wasn't.
that was super awkward, Ionia.
God.
I thought you had a little more
Tact.
tact than that.
Well, at least I don't talk about my sword every time I see a pretty girl.
Shots fired. Well,
Hey, if I don't, they will.
any other
What?
any other role playing the five of you would like to do during Tax Fest, or do we roll over and go on to the next month? Or I guess actually follow up question. What is the plan for the next few months? Are we going to hang out in Kingdom Build, or do we want to go explore more?
Well, I wanted to send our mercs out into that
Oh yeah.
to go scout out trolls.
Okay.
Then we were gonna send Perlavesh.
Oh.
I think Parlavash is a better idea because Parlavash can keep himself hidden and out of their reach.
And he knows the woods pretty good.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's his
I
backyard.
think we want
Do you wanna-
to visit with our dear friend Jubilost.
Yeah, we should go talk to our new gnome friend.
Okay. As a point of RP order, do you want to do this after, before, or during Tax Fest?
After.
The NPCs will act very differently on those 3 different days. Okay.
Business will come after. Let's not. They have the day off.
4:16.
Everyone has the day off. Yeah.
Sure, got it. Okay. And the morning comes, Jubilost and his band are still here. I won't say loitering, but they've been here for a while. It's not hard to find him sitting probably still outside the Boar's Head, just playing chess with 5 people at once and schooling all of them. And y'all approach, and he doesn't look up from the board as he like picks up his knight. The knight itself probably looks more like a somebody with a lance mounted on a dragon, and it animates as it like flies into a cleric of Sarenrae who feebly raises up their ankh, and then the dragon eats him. Knight takes bishop. Ah, yes, Aww. Yes, my friends! Magic I'm so happy to see you! What, pray tell, what has happened? My god, my head hurts.
Did you enjoy the festivities?
Why, yes, yes, indeed. It's been so long. Did you know that Oleg fellow? He made... Unfortunately, I lost all of my Kellish wine when we went in the river. Apparently, he could make it using the same recipe, but substituting everything with moon radishes. I don't know what even those are, but by the gods. He's certainly going in my book. This kingdom might still be in its baby stages, but the finest cook in all the Inner Sea region here in Rooston.
Right.
Oleg the mighty, Oleg the brave, Oleg the fortuitous.
We have been quite blessed to have the many wonderful people who have joined us so far.
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed, my dear. And tell me, how did it go with... Did you find this elusive witch? Did you find anything farther south? Have you returned with the Troll King's head?
Well, our venture south was fairly uneventful. We did in fact find the witch. She's quite a lovely lady, in fact. Outside of that, we really did not accomplish much. It'd be that way sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes, indeed. What lovely lady you say? Not the swamp hag we'd all feared. Did you catch a name? Did how did it fare with? Kind of like side eyes, kid. How did it fare with Pretty Boy?
Well, he went on for a while about his sword.
As they do.
She was unimpressed.
She couldn't resist my charms. Ionia, you don't understand. It is not proper for a lady to be so open about the way she feels. Those snide side remarks, those, dodging statements, they speak more than what the words say.
They really do not.
It's no wonder you were able to fall for a fairy dragon's illusions. My god. But which is not a threat. No troll. Yes, indeed.
On the matter of trolls, we scoured many of the woods and came across only a single troll, which was very disappointing to all of us. We were planning on putting together an expedition back again in that direction, as we've heard that there's actually a monstrous troll king, as he calls himself, which I would be, I'm all too eager to bring down a few pegs.
Of course you are! Legitimate threat to your legitimacy to rule with a legitimate troll king. Sounds very terrifying for you. And your sword.
He has no legitimacy. And your sword. However, we do not know where to find him. We were hoping that your friend, gesturing over it, I don't know if we can see Perlavash, if he's around. Is he around?
Yeah, Perlavash is probably just, like, lazily flying overhead.
Wouldn't mind lending us a small hand in locating where these beasts might be located.
You'd like me to send my familiar into a den of trolls?
Not into.
You'd like me to send my familiar adjacent to a den of trolls?
Maybe overhead, just enough to scope their position and then immediately return.
And we'll reward yummy moon rat.
He can go invisible, can he not?
He can indeed, and so can I, but that doesn't mean a troll can't smell us miles off. I don't know how it is those creatures can smell anything over their own body odor, but I don't make the rules, I simply write them down. That said, you would let... How's about... Alternatively, better plan. I, Jubilas Nartrapo, will go find these trolls for you. In return, perhaps I stay within this, and he like stands up, and this whole time he's still concentrating on an illusion. The what even is a? I guess the rook is probably like a shield archon, just a big giant angelic thing with a tower shield, and it like lowers it and like lowers a shoulder and tackles at the other side, where there is a like an archer on the back of a griffin, and the like somehow the griffin gets too low and the shield whaps into it, and rook takes knight. Check. I'm sorry, my friend. Yes, as I was saying, I don't really have much reason to leave here, but I know my talents are valuable. Perhaps, maybe, you give Jubilas Nartropple a place within your court. Jubilas Nartropple goes on missions for you. Jubilas Nartropple helps you manage this fine, outstanding, certainly far from a troll's kingdom, hill giant's kingdom at best. In return, you float a little money Jubilast's way. Everyone wins.
Well, Jubilast certainly wins.
And so do you, my friend. Knowledge gets you very far, and I am a very knowledgeable man.
And he has proven to be quite useful with the bridge, and now going to scout the trolls for us.
Yes, but let's not jump ahead of ourselves and start minting a new noble.
I didn't say I don't need a title. Simply put me in the back somewhere. Let me count the beans. Let me... Oh, what is it the kingdom might possibly need? Let me take notes in the book. Let me lead your armies. Why would mighty, big-sworded Cato Sicarius risk his sword on the field of swords when Jubilas Nartropple could do it for you?
I mean, we could use a... one moment.
Quickly consults
Let me
kingdom
look at
rolls.
Yeah.
The magic.
I mean, he might be a better magister than Neonia.
There we go. Chronicler. Kingdom.
Are you looking at counselor?
No, chronic. So like a person who writes
See,
accounts
chronicler.
of chronicler. Well, no, I'm not looking at the official roles thing. The person who is in charge of writing all the official counts of our events and historical and current events and important people.
That'd be a court scribe.
Yeah, the court scribe essentially.
Okay. I'm trying to find that one. Is that a like?
Yeah, he just made
That is
it up.
that's a made up. So we would have to. That would kind of go into the. We would have to kind of that into another role. Let me see what we have here.
You got spy master, royal executioner, grand diplomat.
Ah, yes, make me the
Counselor.
grand executioner. How splendid.
Counselor would probably be because they're the representative of the people, like the common folk.
He's definitely a man of the common folk, if nothing else.
Oh, yes, indeed. I love me some poor people. He probably lands a little more on flavor, closer to a magister, treasurer, possibly spy master.
I'd say give
Spy master.
treasurer if
I say make him magister. He, like, that's what he does, is
he talks too much to be a spy
research
master. for my
things
taste.
and record things.
He talks way too much to be a spy master for my taste.
Yeah, I think magister, but with like an asterisk that like his in character title. This is out of character role would be like magister, but like his as far as his like primary duty within the court is concerned, he's the royal scribe, the teller of tales. The his pen will basically be the record of like all of our kingdom's grand deeds and accomplishments, and will make us famous. He is in charge of making us famous.
That makes sense.
Joy.
Sure.
Or building
That's
our
exactly
renown. Building our renown. We need someone with the skills of penmanship and oratory skills, but as well as those with a certain amount of connections out in the world where these types of stories can be distributed. I think it's a great raw job for him.
Indeed.
Yes.
And he would put his. I might make him a bard instead of a wizard, but he's one or the other, and it would put another mental ability score into your economy.
He reminds me of what's his name? Jaskier.
Jaskier?
Here.
Yeah.
Toss a coin to your big sword, O Valley of Plenty.
We have our own. Yeah, we won't call. Yeah, I think. Yeah, re-rolling him as a bard might actually be kind of interesting.
He'd still get the illusion buffs that I wanted him to have. Yeah, sure, bard instead of in the CRPG he's an alchemist, but you already have one of those. But yes, indeed, we ramble about metagaming. Fine, so be it. I shall be the chronicler of your lands. I shall spread your tales far and wide, and they will travel from Tien Sha to Arcadia and all the way back to here to get fucked up on moon pies. Yes, indeedy. In return,
salary.
Indeed. Perhaps, and as he breaks the fourth wall and stares off into nothingness, 1 build point a month. In return, he will add 5 to the whatever check he's making.
4,000 gold salary a month? That's insane. I don't think anyone's worth that much. I'm not worth that much.
Oof.
Like, I don't make that much, like, anywhere near that. None of us do.
That's what happens when you get a contractor, dude.
Yeah, contractors. I was gonna say we pay him like 10 gold a week.
That's super funny. You overpay the mercenaries, you want to underpay this dude.
4,000 gold a month. I'll offer you 10. He just kind of blankly stares at you.
What is the benefit for having the position filled?
By having the position filled, he would add his. He can, and he's some kind of debuff bard, and he talks shit, and you get bad at it. You get a +5 to the economy check, so you're paying 1 build point to probably generate at least 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, 1,000 gold a month. I think is a fair. It's a fair offer of salary for and maybe if he earns his his way and proves himself, we can look at increasing that to something more, when we have that kind of money to float. But right now we're scraping for build points. I don't think.
I mean, even at 1,000 a month, he's still making more than the rest of us combined.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Diplomacy check it.
All right. Diplomacy. That is my big skill.
Hit some really good ones earlier.
I know. I mean, I've been putting points into this past few levels, so
Proceeds
hopefully
to
that
fumble.
pays off.
But this dude's insulted you 50 million times. You gotta have a -1 on it.
Dude, those are compliments.
1,000. 1,130. 2,000. 2,000 monthly, plus an additional 2,000 every month. You would ask my loyal, noble, prestigious, honorable, draconic, holds out his arm and Perlavash lands on it, companion and I, to put ourselves in harm's way. So 4,000 this month, I'll go find your trolls and hopefully not die. 2,000 on months you'd like me to stay home and count beans.
You mean chronicle our great works?
Chronicle beans. And
But just
swords.
think-
Beans and swords.
But just think, this position you're being granted, like what it will do for your career, the exposure that you're going to receive.
Don't make me laugh, Fop.
You already rolled your diplomacy check.
You've already rolled your
Yeah.
diplomacy check, Fop. You have seen the result.
I'm for an intimidation
All right.
check. All right.
Kalyra just eats him.
2,000 a month plus a $2,000 one-time signing bonus.
Diplomacy check.
God
Okay.
damn it!
The art of the counter offer.
Ah! And I've already used my hero point.
Oh, you used your...
Can one of us gift him our hero points?
Yeah, that's fine. Or somebody else can make a check instead to interject and be like, but actually, this.
I was just gonna step in and be like, take the money. It's gonna loom over him.
Is that really the relationship you want to have?
That's
with-
right.
My God, Cat.
Play your character the way your character gets played. I play mine. Lean
So
on
be
my
it.
strengths.
2,000 plus a 2,000 one-time signing bonus, effective immediately. And in addition, anything I should happen to find on my escapades out into the wild, getting eaten alive by trolls, I'm sure that won't happen to me at all, becomes property of the Narthropol expedition. Possibly maybe you can buy it from me. We can probably work something out, I'm sure.
Oh, this guy.
Whatever he finds out there, if he's out on a exploring, like any knickknacks he comes across. Yeah, fine.
Knickknacks.
Paddywhacks, give a dog a moon radish.
I mean, that's fair. We wouldn't send anyone else into like in the wilderness, and then they they find something. And they're like, oh, I have to give, I have to. This isn't mine because I'm being paid to be out here. Well, I guess that could technically.
That's how the real world works.
That's how the real world works.
That's how the real world works, son. Get a real job.
Wait.
I'm your father.
So,
it's me. I'm daddy.
So can you repeat his counteroffer?
Counteroffer is 2,000 gold a month, 2,000 upfront. Right now is a signing bonus, and he gets full rights to any treasure, any loot he happens to find while he's out and about. So, like, should you send Jubilost to a hex, have him explore that hex, and there should be something in that hex, it is now Jubilost's. Or, like, should he get in an encounter with a troll, he would get that troll's loot.
Should the troll not eat him?
Should the troll not eat him, yes.
See, even we don't have... Okay.
I mean, if we're just planning on using him this once, and then keeping him at home forever after that, then that's
I feel like if we keep him at home forever, he's going to come and be like, hey guys, when do I get to go out on my next adventure? It's like this does not seem like a sit in the corner and shut up kind of NPC.
He wants to see the world, the entire world.
Yeah, he's gonna be jumping down our throats if we don't give him shit to do. Which is fine. I mean, he's ambitious and kind of a wanderlust.
Intimidation check's starting to look pretty good.
I'd say if we take that offer, if there is a time where Jubilost is adventuring with one or multiple of like us core group, then items found do not just go to Jubilost, they are divided amongst the group.
So I feel like he would have... I was going to say he just gets... he puts loot into party loot, but then he has access to party loot, but that would open up some floodgates, which I'm not sure we really want to.
We have a separate Jubilost party group.
Yeah, which only has potions of minor healing.
Just a bunch of CLW potions.
Just a bunch of shit potions. This is what you can take.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. I'm so stupid that I believe this is a fair deal. Why, yes.
So the question is is him being able to keep loot worth, or should we just pay him a build point a month?
I mean, is any of this worth just?
He's asking for a lot.
Well, no, but he's joining the council and he's going to add his roles to our kingdom building, which is a +5.
And also, there's another thing he would be adding also. And I suppose I should bring up, if I'm living here, I suppose my merry band would be staying as well, and they know as much as their way around a blade as your huntsmen and hunters and huntresses and all the others that have assembled here in town. Certainly 10 extra sword arms don't hurt anyone.
All right.
Population will go up by 10.
I mean, I'm inclined to give him just the whole, just the straight up 2,000 lump sum, as opposed to promising him, giving him the, as it's so popular in pop culture these days to say, giving him the right of surprise.
The law of surprise.
The law of surprise.
This is a very Fae-themed adventure path, and the law of surprise feels very Fae-themed to me.
Just for bookkeeping purposes, since he did add that little, extra, his merry band is 10 people, all of which are, capable of fighting.
They're like 10 fighter ones, so they would be a small, or not small. They're like a diminutive army. I want to say you'd have a separate force.
I would also rather.
All right. We're gonna go back. Would you accept the initial offer then of the build point, just flat for
4,000 gold a month for life?
4,000 gold a month for life, for as long as your life is.
As long as your life is.
I'm sure I'll outlive all of you. I count. Let's see, human. Assuming I don't get the bleaching.
I thought it was 2,000, but 4,000 when he actually does something. Wasn't that the second offer?
Sure. 2,000 now.
2,000 and then 4,000 if 4,000 whenever he goes to
risk his life and limb. Yes.
Yes.
Works for me. Good enough.
All right, good. I was thinking we just pay him a build point a month for bookkeeping purposes. This is actually going to get a little...
For bookkeeping purposes, you're essentially paying him 6 build points annually.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe we just take one every other month.
Yeah. Just like you have committed to paying 6 build points, and then like, or in a 12-month period, and then if he falls off or does something else, then it's adjusted accordingly.
He gets paid annually.
Great.
Well, so I don't think we want to. How about this? We'll I'm just trying to think of the best way to handle this. We pay him a build point every other month.
But if he does something, then
we just give him
pay him that
2K.
month.
Just give him 2K.
Yeah, we just adjust it. Oh no, we just give him 2K. We just pay him 2K.
Right, just give him 2K whenever he...
All right, a build point every other month, and on months where he goes out, whether he's getting a build point that month or not, he just gets 2K for going out, for risking his life that month for us.
Just manually pull gold out from loot or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, works.
That's going to be that's going to be like an a la carte, like it's going to happen as it happens type of situation.
Sure.
Okay, I'm cool with that. All right, so build point every other month. Starting next month, because we've already paid all our build points, our BPs this month.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not like we can go back.
Contract, son.
We only pay build points on Kingdom Day.
Next month.
Well, it's Kingdom Day. Next Kingdom Day, you will get your first paycheck.
So he gets a whole build point.
Yeah, he will get a whole build point next Kingdom Day.
Okay, sounds good to me. Just really quickly, I don't have the sheet open. My cat really wants to talk to me. Hi, Achilles. Do you want to be Jubilost? Now he doesn't want to say anything. Thanks, cat. No, he's Amalia's Dwemer cat. So as the Magister, that means he's now adding 5 to your economy stat.
So Ionia is going to be...
What's his name? Oh. Yeah, Ionia is just our treasurer.
Yep. Yeah, so
which, I mean, it's fine, because that turned out to be a much larger responsibility than... So I'm going to actually move these. Let me just...
Oh yeah, I forgot. They were splitting roles over there. That's right.
Cat. Okay. Anything else y'all got?
Yeah, I
and
did
you said he's sorry. One last thing. You said he's 5.
Yeah, he has a 20 charisma that he's adding to your economy.
What's his name? Sorry.
It's in chat on Roll20.
Oh, okay.
His first name.
I'm just gonna put Jub.
Wubba lubba jub jub.
No. I mean for the did you put the short forms on there, Tommy, for the under the kingdom scores?
Yeah, like Senio was KSE, Cal was Kalyra, and then like everybody else was just the first letter of their character's name.
Cool. All right, I'll get this updated while we you guys can continue.
Yeah, Cal will step forward and say, "Well, welcome to the team, Claptrap."
What did you just call me?
That's your name now.
My name is Jubilost Nartropple, and I am a world-famous author, and you are a ruffian, criminal, and kind of smell bad.
And you will incessantly clap, and you will not shut your trap. I believe I've captured you succinctly, if I do not say so myself.
Okay, that point kind of stands. That's fair. I'll give you that.
Yes. So I actually have something to ask you.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. What do you know about will-o-wisps and how do we kill them?
Will-o-wisps? Oh, why, yes. Let me arbitrarily throw a knowledge check at the board. It would probably be somewhere in the terms of about this-ish. A will-o-wisp. Ah, well. Real terrifying things they are. About as big as myself, sometimes a little smaller. Feeds on fear, runs up, zaps you, you die a miserable death all alone.
Yes. Yeah, the witch filled me in on all that. But what I want to know is how do we destroy? There's a bunch of them on that island with the tower.
Ah, so the rumors of Candlemere Tower are true. It's haunted. Oh, good. Well, in the most conventional sense, a will-o-wisp sometimes appears to be incorporeal, but really, truthfully, they're not. They're as solid as you or I, so I think you would defeat them simply by, well, in your case, picking them up and throwing them, I would assume.
What? No, I have a sword.
Or that, alternatively, the sword is a wonderful idea.
Oh, so they're not like incorporeal.
That's what he said, yes.
Not ghosts.
Use ethereal is easier to say.
Not ghosts, but can turn invisible. Only are invisible when attacking. Use your brain. Only swing at them when they're clearly... My cat is so glad. Achilles, would you like to tell them all about will-o-wisps? Or would you like to just go hide under the bed, you coward?
That doesn't seem so bad. You're all in a fit over them.
Certainly.
Just wait it out.
Certainly all they have to do is touch you and they turn invisible. You can't find them. They're not the most fun thing in the world, but there are scarier things out there.
But there is a whole lot of them over there. Can we just, like, I don't know, blow them up? Is that a possibility?
Does simply coming into contact with them deal any sort of damage?
Yes, all they have to do is touch you. All they have to do is resolve their attacks against your touch armor class.
What about could we blow them up?
Do you have bombs?
No, but there's a freeloader who hangs around. I'm sure.
You don't want to destroy the tower.
They're not going to destroy the whole tower. Just all the things outside the tower.
Who's the freeloader?
Yes, who's this freeloader?
Don't you dare call Bakken a freeloader. He's my personal trainer.
Yeah. I've seen you all
waste. Personal trainer.
You've all wasted a bunch of time in the yard. Yes, I've seen it. It's quite.
Because you know how boys are with their swords, Kalyra.
Yes, we do.
Kyle, I
don't know
think
if
of all people would appreciate martial training.
That's not training. They're dancing around like idiots.
Yeah, he doesn't see that type of fighting as fighting. Because he's uncivilized.
Indeed, the Aldori are storied swordsmen of yore. Alternatively, you could just get a giant 2x4 and beat someone to death with them. The result is the same.
I killed one. There was one here. And this was part of the Stag Lord's game.
That wasn't a... I just like face
Yes, he was.
He was not.
Better at it than you were. I saw him. Anyway. we can get Bakken to just throw some bombs over there, maybe, and then just clear out the way.
Like a 4-mile gap.
Well, yeah, we would take the bombs with us.
We would.
Why are we using bombs?
Oh,
because there's a lots of them.
Yeah, AoE.
There's 100 of them, roughly. I mean, it seems okay.
We really don't want to. We want to stay as far away as possible because of the turning invisible shouldn't be an issue because I can handle them the same way I did Tartuk. But we'll still need to avoid contact with them, and that's the trouble.
If any of those ghosts tried to possess me, they will not find a welcoming host, I can assure you.
They are not ghosts, you fool. They do not possess you.
They are invisible and they fly in you. That is ghost. I know a ghost when I hear it.
Perlevash, are you a ghost? Perlevash drops out of invisibility and in Draconic goes... Rah!
Yeah, can he go inside me?
Don't ask him.
I don't want to answer that question, you creepy nerd.
Think of them more like jellyfish.
Yes.
Jellyfish?
Invisible.
Oh, come now, you know what a capybara is, but you don't know what a jellyfish is. Spare me.
I know what a donkey rat is.
Have you been to Mesoamerica?
No, I just heard stories about them.
Oh, of course.
Amazing.
Yes,
amazing stories.
I need them.
All right, well, that's good to know. No, this is really good news. They're not ethereal. They're not ethereal, so I can kill them just as well as any other creature. That's what we really needed to know. They are just susceptible to sword and bow as
magic or something like that.
Yeah.
I have this magic sword, so I was good either way.
Well, now we know we can hurt them with everything. All right, cool. Well, thank you. Congratulations on your new position.
Congratulations on your new expense. Shall I go find the trolls immediately? Or perhaps you would like me to buzz over the tower see what it is that a small army of will-o-wisps is so drawn to.
Yeah, so that was my other... I was going to ask them about that. Like, what would make them congregate there?
What would make them
I thought
congregate?
the fact that it was like ruins.
Fear.
Well, right, but that's like...
Well, let's see.
Over any other place?
Old
It's harder to
ruins.
lure people there.
Lots of fear.
It's in the middle of a... But that's the thing, it's in the middle of a lake. It's harder for people
Lots of fear.
to get...
Excessive amounts of fear.
Excessive amounts of fear. The whole lake is terrified of will-o-wisps. It's this giant water elemental, and they've cowed it. And my God, I'm gonna let my cat out of this room. And
Imagine
maybe...
that lake is. We go out there on the raft, and the will-o-wisps are the least of our concerns because the entire lake takes like form
It's a giant
and murders
animal.
us. Yeah. I feel like Esker's
Guys,
just
imagine
not having
if
his.
Dell was GMing, how much trouble we'd all be in.
Oh, indeed.
Ooh, I have GM'd. I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not as much of a troll when it actually comes to it as I say I would be. Like,
I don't believe it.
He's just playing the
I
troll.
don't either.
And fighting trolls. We've come full circle. Okay, so Jubilost, he begins scratching his head. If they're congregating there, something must have happened there. Certainly that tower... Oh, my word. I'd have to get closer to know how long it's been there, but I imagine it's been there quite a while. Perhaps something happened, something about dark gods. If it's old enough, perhaps it's Thessalonian. It's hard to say. Have the other important NPCs witnessed Ionia using object reading?
I think that's mostly something she does privately.
Okay.
I think Pocket saw it that one time. Didn't you do it in the book right in front of him or something like that? Or was that
No, I
private?
did. I studied the book with him, but when I
Oh.
did the object reading, that was
Okay.
my dungeon. I think y'all have seen me do it.
Yeah.
Jubilost is smart enough. He could make these kinds of knowledge checks. Oh, I'm just typing ones. I want him to go up. Honestly, and he turns towards Ionia. My dear, you seem capable enough. It's a wonder you're not running this entire show yourself. If you were to get close enough to the tower, you could probably figure it out yourself why they're congregating there. Just try not to get the Zats between here and there.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
That is indeed the trouble. I could go...
All right, good friend. Let us take care of the tower. You need to locate those the Troll King. Find his location. Report back. Let us know so we can add a new head to our mantle collection next to the mighty tusk boar.
Splendid! Putting sentient creatures next to dire boars. What a wonderful lot I've thrown myself in with. To be clear, you would like me to go out and wander until I find it and then return, yes?
Well, I mean, that's why I initially had asked for your companion here to do the scouting, as he can clearly see much farther distances from high up.
Perhaps
And
not
be
in a
able to
swamp,
spot
though.
her.
Trees and cover and things of that nature. I just want to be clear for the terms of perhaps it takes me longer than a month to return. You understand. Something about maybe being captured by trolls and having to narrowly sword fight my way out of there. Something maybe farther to the west than we may have thought. I just want to be clear. I am to go out, I am to explore, I am to find where these trolls are holed up, and then return. There's no contingencies, no if-then. If I run into something worse than troll, I'm still to find the troll. I want to be entirely clear. You are getting your money's worth from Jubilost, not trouble.
Well, you're no good to us dead, so
I'm no good to anyone
Clearly
dead,
use
my
your-
friend.
clearly use your best judgment. I mean, don't go, into a den of dragons to find a troll. But if you find them, we would like to know where they are. If you come up short within, say, 2 weeks' time, then consider the expedition a loss, and you can make your way back.
You might want to give him a month.
A month? All right. 2 weeks, though. It takes, what, like a day to explore a hex?
That's true.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2 weeks is sufficient. If he goes out a month's worth, then he's going way beyond probably where we would want to. go at this point anyway.
Makes sense.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Very good then. I shall unhitch one of my ponies from the wagon and set off immediately. Perlavash, come! Troll hunting! And Perlavash does like a little loop-de-loop in the air. And off goes the treasurer to hopefully not die to trolls.
No, the Magister.
Oh, yes, the Magister. That's the one. I confuse those roles a lot because they're very, very similar. And I may also confuse them because Ionia was pulling double duty for a while there.
Cato looks over to Cal and says, hopefully only one of them comes back.
But which one would be preferable? That's the real question.
My god, beast. This is my life. Angry cat. I should have been a dog person.
Yeah, they get angry too.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I should have
My
been
dog
a
can be quite demanding.
reclusive
gerbil
hermit
person.
with no one. Yes, a gerbil or like a ball python. Get in here, you beast! Come forth! Come forth! We're going hunting for will-o-wisps, and I'm Jubilost. I'm still Jubilost. Come here. You are so full of vim and vigor today, cat. Okay, I'm just gonna be stuck in the green-haired guy from Ruby, who is apparently Jubilost, but I play Jubilost. Fair enough.
I feel like we should have sent someone with him.
That would
No
defeat
way.
the whole point.
Yeah, that was the whole
No,
point.
just like one person,
No.
like Senya. She's
Oh, well, all right.
you know, would have made sense. She, you know, she's a pioneer. She's a tracker, and the two of them on horseback could cover. You know, they slow each other down, and if she, you know. But anyway, we were sending.
I think
We'd be sending Senya away for a couple.
They're in the swamp, so I don't think being on horseback.
Oh,
A trio!
He said he was taking his pony.
Oh,
So-
that's true. But it's a smaller horse. Maybe it moves easier.
I mean, the swamp just lowers, like, just mechanically just slows
Right.
your speed. Yeah.
Indeed.
So out of character, is anyone else curious, like, why he was so eager to join our settlement?
He wants money, and fame and fortune, like every.
In character, that'd be a sense motive check. If like you
Some-
guys want an actual answer.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely up to something. He's definitely up to something. That's for 100% sure.
I mean,
I
feel like
he
he's-
is playing us for fools.
I feel like he's just playing. He's putting himself in a favorable position to profit. Like he saw an opportunity, and he's crafty and he's smart, and he's like, okay, I feel like I could wiggle my way into a position of you know, some wealth and authority here. I'm gonna.
And he did, and now he makes more than our king.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I invest everything back into the kingdom. Next month, I'm like, I'm going to cash out every build point that we produced, just to prove you wrong. All right, 40,000 gold is my salary this month, and we build nothing.
And we have a riot.
And we have a riot and a revolt, and yes, I know, I'm just saying. I mean, technically, we make what the build points are, but then, like, we're just choosing to reinvest, which is the smart thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from
That's not how
Ionia
things
thinking
work.
about it, it's
Yeah.
Jubilost is, to say he's playing you is wrong, but like he has found an opportunity to make himself a good amount of money. He's certainly qualified for the position. It's another plume of panache in his cap, if you will.
Just trying to
Well,
add to the resume.
We'll see if he's truly is qualified.
Writer, teller of tales, world famous explorer, and former magister to the great kingdom of Catoland.
Former, yeah, because he never returns. We will have to write his obituary. It'll be short.
But he also probably knows that, like, you are paying him a lot of gold.
Yeah. And that will dry up very quickly if he doesn't deliver on his promises.
Which probably means he will.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
have any doubts on that.
Because if he's making, every other month he makes a build point, he makes 6 build points annually. He makes 6 figures.
Pretty much.
He makes 24k a year in gold pieces, which sounds like a lot less, but when the world is on a silver standard, essentially. He makes 240,000 a year. He makes a real he could in a year buy back the bridge that he's probably donated at this point, hire better mercenaries, gear himself out, buy much bigger cities. He could flip Rooston and then go to Brevoy and start that one. Yeah. Ah, yes, you remember that fop? I helped run his kingdom into the ground. Look at all the money he gave me. Now please hire me. And it just loops forever.
Tommy, you're cutting out again.
Yeah, Pete.
I get what you're saying.
I'm just memeing, basically.
We should basically withhold payment, so he doesn't. We're gonna hold it in a trust fund for him.
Okay.
Yes, this money is yours, but you can't access it.
Not till you're 18, little Jubilost. Not till you're this tall.
That's even a trust fund.
Trust fund.
Okay.
No, I think he's good. I wouldn't say I like the guy, but I don't hate.
I don't hate him.
I don't think he's given us any reason not to trust him yet. So, but though we did give him a position. We just met the guy a few days ago. We had people that we've known for over a year now, and they're like, we're not paying them any more than This is weird.
Really? Are you serious, Fop? You met this guy, you've known him for 3 days, and now he's your damn magister.
He's the magister and making more money than anyone else. What did we do, guys?
I mean,
for the record, I said we should tell him.
We got swindled.
Kick rocks.
Well, like I said, he needs to deliver. It's one of those things. He'll get his first
fire him.
We could.
Yeah.
Then we'll get penalties for having that taken.
True.
Yeah. We'll have to refill it quickly.
Stretch your hire.
I think Bakken would be fine for that role as well.
Out of character, that's kind of the joke, is that I call Bakken a freeloader because he doesn't have a job.
I got you.
Personal trainer is a job. He just has a very, very laissez-faire one. He works an hour shift every day and an hour shift at night.
Yeah.
And gets his cardio at the same time. It's a win-win.
I mean, he does so much though. He has basically constructed our kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as a point of order, at this point, now that there are people living here, things are being built manually. The barracks is being built by the militia that will keep their weapons there.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Well,
Al's gonna oversee that. He's gonna be like, we need a storeroom for moon radishes. Don't ask why. Just know that we will need a lot.
I'm sure they know exactly why. Okay, so did you all want to head back to Candlemere?
Man, I say we go to that tower, man. Wreck it, like Ralph.
Oh, I thought we were gonna wait till he came back. We're gonna do kingdom stuff, and he comes back.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do another round of kingdom.
Oh,
okay.
My bad.
That works.
That's why
too.
we
I
sent
think
him.
with how much time we have left, a kingdom round is probably wise.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So,
Oh, we never asked Bakken. We should ask Bakken if he actually wants to do that.
Do what?
Bombs.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
Goes without saying.
yeah,
You take him for granted, man. You're little Yoda.
you guys can. You find Bakken. I suppose if you really want Alchemist Fire to deal with a Will-O-Wisp, it would suffice. Really, to be honest, Kato, how often do we need to practice with a sword for you to realize that's usually your best idea is just to stab it? A single bit of owie pain fire will not do as much as a flick of the wrist. That said, should you happen to run into trolls between here and there, should our illustrious and noble, mighty player of chess happen to misplay and get himself in check and other chess puns as well and then get himself killed, rile up Hargulka, certainly all of you will need, by the gods, 6 Alchemist Fires for each of you.
Let me ask you something, Bucket. You're familiar with the flame arrows, you know? You just like to light an arrow on fire, you shoot it, right? Do you have like a quicker way to configure that? I was thinking the Wilder could use something like that.
We're gonna have a green arrow here with this explosive fire, special explosive arrows.
Explosive arrows, could probably figure something out. To be honest, you'd be better off asking Oleg, see if we can talk to our friends in Rostov about getting a shipment down here. Alternatively, we could always enchant a weapon to make it burn a little bit.
Can we give burning enchantment to ammunition? Like arrows?
Yes.
Well, there are already like burning arrow things.
Oh.
I think. They're like there's like a bunch of trick arrows, man. I was looking at.
I will grab those really quickly. Burning arrows, Pathfinder. See how much they cost. If it's an alchemical thing, Jubilost can, or Jubilost. If it's an alchemical thing, Bakken can make them.
Hold on. There's bleeding blunt, distance, iron tripped, durable dye arrow. Okay, flight. Okay.
Not the way you think.
Raining arrow, splinter cloud, tangle shot, thistle, thorn, throwing whistle. Oh wow, there isn't a burning. There's a slow burn one. That's it.
Yep. 150 gold would get you 20 of them on your turn. 1 round after impact. That's really weirdly worded. On your turn and 1 round after impact, I assume. So, or no, that's damn.
On your turn, 1 round after. So I think it's like your next turn.
Yeah. Elves of Galarian's a very old book, and that's why the wording's weird. So you attack with this arrow, and then the next round on your turn, the arrow will deal a d6 of fire damage to whatever it hits, but you take a -1 on attack rolls with the arrow. But it would be super good at troll hunting, and they're alchemical, so Bakken could probably whip them up.
Do you think there's something you could use, Wilder? She's sleeping. It's fine.
Clearly we've all had a long day too deep in our moon radishes. Hooray for taxes.
She's think she's thinking. I think she's thinking about her broken-hearted friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
what
back
are these
with
arrows again?
Slow burn.
-1 to attack rolls with them, but the next round after you hit something with them, they take a d6 of fire damage.
-1 to your attack roll, but then you do 1d6 of fire damage the turn after you shoot it.
Yep.
How much would 5 cost?
5?
You get 20 for
they come at
150.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Bakken, you'd get 20 for 75.
Okay.
And so it is. And Bakken goes, and there is some tinkering, and a couple hours later he comes back.
Can we get similar bolts for our crossbow wielding
Yeah.
guys?
I don't do that game anymore. Well, you can count me out.
The bitterness in that was.
Ionia has a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Why don't you? Even though it's all you need is one bolt to hit, and you light them on fire, and you've already negated regen on them, which is really nice. Doesn't even need to do a lot of damage.
Well, isn't that the case for the Alchemist's Fire as well?
Same is true, yeah.
Range, though, is the key here. You can only throw a vial so far.
Away.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna
can
be.
only throw a vial so far, but it also hits multiple targets.
Yeah,
Whereas
and I mean, why not both?
The Alchemist
idea
Fire
is
hits
we're gonna
multiple targets?
Why don't we take a slingshot with us?
Remember
and
when
we
you
can
lit Kato on
slingshot
fire?
Slingshot the alchemist fires.
Yeah.
So slingshotting alchemist fires would be like, it works, you can do it, but it'd be like using an improvised weapon because you're not putting a rounded stone or even a rock in there.
You're gonna basically fling it straight up into the air. It's gonna come down on our heads.
You're just yeeting it forward and hoping for the best.
The idea is before we approach, we have as many people, basically the 3 of you, I would say, try to ping as many of the trolls as possible with your flaming arrows or bolts before we reach like melee engagement with them, and that way we can cut them down and they don't regen.
Yeah.
Strategy. Reminded me, I needed to buy some oil.
Can you get flaming javelins, Tibor? That'd be cool.
I don't think javelins are ammunition.
They are treated as ammunition for the purpose of enchanting them.
Oh.
Same with like shurikens, throwing knives, things like that.
But I'm probably not going to be in range of it, to be honest with you.
How far can you throw a javelin? I thought you could throw it like.
No, I'm saying I'm not gonna be in range of it. Most likely.
Oh. You have a bow too. I just thought it's cool. I like when you throw javelins. It's cooler.
Yeah. But
I love watching you throw javelins.
My plan would generally be to just create a ring of fire and just fight them. I think that's where I would.
A wrap like create an trap ourselves inside a ring.
No, not everyone, just me.
Oh,
I'll be fine.
Against all the trolls. We all stand outside the ring. You're in the middle, and all the trolls are surrounding you.
As long as you guys are doing something, other than just standing there and clapping.
Was this the trap you tried to spring against the one? Okay, you really want to bring this back.
I suck at range, so what are you gonna do?
With that 8 dexterity, yeah.
That's fair. Not as.
Well, I'm more dexterous than that, but it's good with those things, AC. Ain't hitting shit.
That's true. They had a surprisingly high AC.
Well, that one did.
Right. I imagine that's.
He had armor though. So.
Right. Probably not every troll will have armor, but the chieftain certainly will.
Yeah.
Were we doing another month?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we should probably roll our. Okay, so we're gonna buy.
Yeah.
As you guys were talking about the enchanting and things, I'm counting Jubilost squares. I will. We use
20.
pink for that. I will, if it's marked in red on the board, that means no. That's bridges. Damn. White. Is that soup? That's not visible at all. Hell no. Y'all figure out what you're buying. If it's marked not pink, that means Jubilost has explored the hex.
Did anybody add the alchemist fire here? Because I'm just gonna add it if no one else. Did you add it? So we have.
Not currently.
Yellow.
We have 15.
I added mine to my sheet.
Did you what? From the 6?
Well, we each got 5, right, from Bakken?
Oh, was it each got 5? I thought it was each got 6.
I thought he rolled 6. I thought it was 6 for the group, but it's 6 each.
Oh.
Yeah, 6 each.
Oh. Oh, well, never mind. I won't even put it in the sheet then.
Yeah, we put it on there. Perfect.
I've got 6 alchemist fires. Got it. Man, we can just nuke them with those. Just run up and just throw them like.
Machine gun them down with alchemist fires.
Just one after the other. Yeah.
Or just set their whole.
Seems like a very. I mean,
yeah.
those things seem kind of meaty. I don't know if.
We
That's
keep
enough. That up for long.
Yeah. Get a catapult and just put them all in.
There you go.
And just all like 20.
Let's just set the entire swamp afire. That's the plan.
Hey, it'll make
scorched earth.
It'll make it cheaper to develop later.
We destroy the entire ecosystem, no problem.
I mean, we do that anyway if we wanna build like a settlement on it. This will be faster and cheaper. All right, kingdom turn.
Kingdom turn, yes indeed. Okay. Jubilost comes back shortly before the month rolls over. He has many a thing to report. We can do that at the beginning of next time if you guys want to just crunch some numbers real quick and build things.
Sure.
Okay, dope. Hockey dokie. And that's important because we need to make sure he's back in time to help you.
Claptrap talks a lot, so.
You talk a lot, you fool. You foolish fool. Alrighty, stability check. Kato, what are you this month?
Still gonna stick with economy.
Alrighty, so that means our economy's sitting pretty at normally a 25 with Jubilost, a 30 if Kato's rolling in. So I'll make the stability check really quickly. Plus this, bump, and it's a 30.
Hey.
And down goes unrest by 1 point.
Hey.
Consumption is subtracted from the treasury for your holiday edict. Then that doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. Everyone's good with stuff. Are there any hexes we want to claim this month?
Nope. So we're going to consume 1 for the edict.
Yeah.
And 1 for Jubilee. Juba.
Jubilost? Is Jubilost getting paid this month?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Assuming that he came back. You said he came back. He's not dead.
Yeah, he came back. He has lots of reports. Your characters, as we're rolling these in character, have them.
Okay. We'll assume he deserves his first paycheck.
Aw. Okay, cool. So then I guess I will roll the... If y'all trust me enough to throw the... Well, Jubilost rolls it. Haha! 40. Divide that by 3. My god. Understood, Kalyra. 40 divided by 3. This month, y'all make 13 build points.
Cool. So...
And did we banked some, right? 3? Did we end up spending all of it?
No, we banked them.
Okay.
Back 3.
And yeah, so basically at this point we'd be down to, if you want to, you don't have to pay upkeep on any of your soldiers because they're basically just a trained militia. Anything y'all want to build, now's your time.
One more build point and give them armor.
I think weapons is fine for now.
Didn't we do that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we've already did that. Yeah.
Because that costs you a build point because they're so small.
I think we keep
Okay.
We either save that or cash out. But
Oh, fair.
because
What
we
else?
do have well no we got yeah, I was gonna say because we need to have at least a decent chunk in kingdom funds because now we have a contractor, so
True. That is true. All right, then let's look at our list here. We got the barracks down. We got the shop. We got the shrine.
I think the pier was next.
The pier was how much?
16.
So we generated what? 14? 13?
Yeah. Generated, I believe it was 13.
And we have 3 in reserve.
After paying for your edicts and paying Jubilost.
So we could just go pier and that would be it.
Mhm.
It's not a bad idea. Like it
Well, if we have a
establishes
pier,
our
then we could make a boat and then take the boat down.
to the
Yeah.
tower. Yeah. It's multi-purpose. It definitely serves a lot of. In
If
addition
you're
to the
not
bonuses it
afraid
gives.
that Tuskwater is a giant elemental.
It would be way easier to get exotic things into the port, or into our town.
If the port actually exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll open up more trade options. It'll.
And honestly, the Shrike connects to Rostov, so it'll make Oleg's business a little easier too.
Yeah, the rivers run all through. Like, I've talked to a lot of people about this adventure path. My 2 bits of advice for anyone who's playing Kingmaker is someone in the party with survival, because you're gonna need it, and someone in the party with the swim speed, because it comes up a lot. Rivers all over this river kingdom. Hello, you crazy boy.
So, what's this mean, Tommy? So for the pier, 16 build points in 1 lot. It gives economy +1, stability +1, and then has a special base value plus 1,000 gold.
That would mean I'm not super cleaving to those, but they will matter more as you guys, like if you were to build a magic item shop, that would mean...
That would add to the value of the items we could get.
Pretty much.
Oh, it increases the value of our settlement by
1,000.
an additional 1,000 over what it's normally. Okay.
And right
It
now
also
it's
increases
sitting at
crime by
200.
1.
Oh, good. Kalyra's gonna make so many friends down at the docks.
Yeah. It has
200.
crime because smuggling.
Man, we really are a pit.
but not build the pier will be 1,200.
You're right. Now we're looking at something.
I'm okay with the pier. Everyone vote.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm good with
or other
anybody
love.
have. What would you love, Esker?
The pier.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cleaning out our. All right, so we're cleaning out all our build points for a pier.
Yeah. Yeah, Watchtower's less pressing now that we have a militia.
And
Yeah.
a barracks
And a
and a
barracks.
castle.
Yeah.
I feel like the watchtower. So from a meta standpoint, a lot of groups recommend like Watchtower is super important early on for your settlement, but I feel like a lot of games don't have a castle at the start. So
I feel like recent games of Kingmaker will, because the CRPG forces you to set up on the Stag Lord's Fort. So I feel like people will just follow in that track. I don't know. My God, cat.
Though Watchtowers are super important if we start building settlements on other tiles.
Yeah, as we expand, we definitely would want to get one in like one of the further.
For sure.
Texas.
Yeah, like on the bridge or something.
Okay. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
So
Watchtower on the.
As I track it, Rooston has appeared. We're fresh out of build points. Nothing super fancy happens this month except for everything Jubilost has to report, which will take longer than 3 minutes. So
Try to train the other horse.
Yeah, go ahead. Make it so. And if anybody else has any other roles they need or want to make real quick. My God, cat, why? Why do you yell at me? Why don't you love me? Come sit on my lap.
Because he's a cat.
Because they are incapable of love. They're only capable of shouting. Just like my mom. 13 wouldn't quite cut it. Not the worst time in the world to use your hero point.
Yeah, I guess. Do it again.
And proceeds to fumble.
Boom.
Good enough.
And I'll do the same thing I did in the previous month, just kind of spy on some of our lesser.
Why do you want the Spy Master role?
I know, right?
Yeah,
Do you want Spy Master? Because this is how you get Spy Master.
I didn't want to announce it at the beginning. I wanted to build into it, but yeah,
Wow.
that has been the plan all along.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's because.
I have a similar track for Kalyra.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Have you all noticed that I'm obsessed with secrets and shit?
Yeah.
I just thought that's because you were a nerd.
But
No,
it was
you're
just
a
because you just
spy.
like, you're just like
Nerd.
super curious.
I
Makes
am
sense.
super curious. That's why I'd make a good spy man.
Yeah, I
How
suppose.
curious. Fair enough. Okay, so that happens. Kato does a tax. I think what I want to say is, before we wrap up, at some point in the next, as this build phase is wrapping up, Kalyra has a visitor.
Oh.
You turn the corner at some point, and she kind of appears out of nowhere, and it's Amalia, just kind of like, boop, and here she is. Are you looking for donkey rats?
Yes.
Can I ask why?
No.
Okay, can I ask why if I can help you get one?
I need more than one.
How many do you need? Why do you... What are you doing?
As many as I can get my hands on, really.
But why?
I
What do you
suppose
plan
I-
on doing with them? Are they going to be safe, healthy, happy?
Of course. Don't hurt an animal.
As Cal
Especially not a
punches
cute
them.
one.
So
He was just talking about punching horses earlier.
Horses aren't cute.
So I haven't been to Razatlan in a very, very long time, but if you wanted to, I could take you there. And we could go get capybaras.
Okay.
She extends her hand.
Wait.
Oh.
Dude. Okay. Well. How much? How do I get them back? How do we get them back?
It's simple. I'm going to snap my fingers, and we're going to travel across the astral plane in the span of a couple seconds, end up on the other side of the world, we'll hunt them down, and then it'll probably take a few days, I'm not going to lie, and we'll bounce back and forth. I'll teleport from probably here to somewhere in the Razatlani rainforest, and back and forth and back and forth.
So multiple trips is what you're saying.
Over the course of maybe 24 hours at most. Worst case scenario, maybe we run into, like, I don't know, dinosaurs or some kind of predatory cat or an anaconda. Best case scenario,
preferable than launching my body into some alternate universe. I don't even know what a plane is.
it's only for the span of a couple seconds, and usually nothing bad happens.
Usually.
Sometimes it can go badly, but I have faith in myself.
Well, if I get stuck in some alternate plane and become some sort of ghost, I'm haunting you.
If you get stuck there, I'm stuck too, and we'll be haunting each other for the rest of our existence.
I'm going to cut you in half if that happens.
Great. Are we going?
Fine. Let's do
And
it.
she takes your hand, and the pair of you and everyone who's around Kalyra at the time sees Kalyra and Amalia disappear. And that's where we're going to call it for today.
Instant transmission.
Actually, no, I gotta roll a D-Hundy really quickly, because there could be a bad thing happen.
Oh,
Natural one. Here we go.
You actually want to roll the one. 100 on the 100, or on the D100 when you're teleporting is the bad one. But okay, cool. I guess we're gonna go to the jungle next time. But till then, thank y'all for listening to my cat scream at me. Be sure to like and subscribe so my cat can scream at you too.
Thanks, Tommy.
Say bye, Achilles.
Bye, Achilles.
God, now he doesn't want to talk. I hate you, cat. This is my life, and we out.